Okay, boom. Section 10, episode 549, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It's the home of your 27-28 third place Boston Red Sox, brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
What up, Section 10 in the
Produced by Cake Yazzie.
Fuck.
Yeah. People are like, what happened to the old intro? Until they get on a run, how do you expect me to be like, what's up? And how do you expect me to do that, Steve?
Are we still playing the Brock Holt one though? Because I saw someone mention that. Are we not playing that?
Brock Holt.
The other intro. There's like two intros technically.
The Cantaloupe intro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
We've just been starting with OK Boom.
We've got Cake fucking cutting it, so who knows?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right.
Probably plays the short porch.
He probably doesn't even know that we have a Brock intro. I mean, Jake didn't hand anything off to Cake.
Right,
No.
yeah.
Just his life.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that, but no, you'll get the old intro back if they ever win some fucking baseball games. It's just not going to happen. This team, I'm not throwing in the towel. What, you got your hand up, T?
No, that's good. My hand's tired now.
Oh, yeah. You had your hand up?
No, never.
It would have been funny if that just went for like 10 minutes. Like, we're just going to let that guy keep his hand up.
Yeah, not
the
a
whole
lot of
show.
fight. I don't want to hear the take now because you didn't really fight for it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I think we need to be nicer to Cake because we don't know. We don't know when Cake's leaving, so we need to build a friendship and a relationship here. I want to be on good terms
I hate
with
this
Cake.
fucking guy. I don't want
I
any
don't like
good
Cake.
terms.
Yeah.
I miss my pal
Cake, I'm
Jake.
willing to try.
How dare you switch up on your friend?
Jake is dead. Jake has been dead for
He's
some
not
time
dead.
now, and
He's
we
not
need to
dead.
move on.
Yeah, so the Red Sox, man, I'm not saying that the season's over, but I'm kind of close to throwing in the towel on the playoffs. I'm
not there.
The division
getting
feels
there.
very unlikely for me right now.
Yeah, the division's
I'm not
gone.
there on the wild card yet.
Division's gone. I mean, there's
1%
already
division.
there's how many fucking teams are ahead of you in the wild card right now? 7, 8, 9?
I think it's 3 or 4. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I
crazy.
think it's 5, right?
It's a lot. Yeah.
There's a bunch of teams within like 3 games. The AL sucks.
Yeah, going into Friday, the Guardians had
But
the
so
first
do
wild
you.
card.
Not
And
you,
they
Steve,
were-
but the Red Sox.
Oh, well, yeah, I would have taken that at this point, honestly. Like, this team sucks so bad, I feel like I suck. Tape,
You're 3.5 of the
hat
first
sucks.
wild card right now.
whatever.
How much?
You're 3.5 of the first wild card.
How many
right
teams
now.
ahead of you?
You
4.
got 2 before the
Technically
wild
3
card
teams, right? To get into a wild card spot, you have to jump. You have to jump the Rays. That's where. Let's start there.
The Astros and Rays are stopping you from being in the playoffs.
Let's just start. You'd have to jump
the
the Tampa Bay Rays to try to get to a wild card spot. That's where the Red Sox are at right now.
Yeah, I'm not quite. I don't know. I think when you look at this situation here, we have a lot to discuss. None of it good, really, outside of Marcel Meyer getting called up.
Good.
Yeah,
I think it's
there's
very
one
funny.
good.
They won a game, 18-5, 19-5, whatever. What was that first game?
19-5, yeah.
19-5.
Yep.
And it's just like this fucking team. Like, and it's their fault. Like, it's the right take to be like, this team fucking stinks. And they just beat they had to have won the plus minus in this series by like a lot.
Yeah, plus 10 in this
and they
series.
split like assholes.
They
Like they're
split.
assholes. That's what they are.
I
They're
know.
assholes.
I had tweeted this, but you're right. It's you win the first game 19-5. Rafael Devers then had a walk off in extras when you're wearing the City Connects. It's like, all right, that's not going to be any kind of curse. Like you got your first win in those jerseys, and we still can't feel good.
Well, they're
like
still.
it consistently feels like we can't have nice things.
In the green jerseys, they're 500 since 2018.
Exactly.
They're 500 on the year. They went 500 in this homestand. They went 500 against the last place Orioles. They're 500 in the fucking green jerseys. This is a 500 franchise. I'm fucking sick of it. Scully?
Only team in the league to not be shut out this year.
It's true. They got that.
Shout out Abraham Toro.
Fucking raise it, Liam. No shutouts around here. You want a shutout? Tarek Skubal, you want to shut someone out? It's not happening around these parts, fucko.
He's definitely not shutting out the Red Sox.
No.
But I think that theme of like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, like you go to where you were after you won the first game on Saturday. They had won 4 out of 5 games. You were 5-3 on this homestand. You shit your pants against the team with the second worst ERA in the sport. and now you're 5-5 on the homestand.
T,
And you let Tyler Rogers and Dean Kramer shove it up your ass.
What part of 500 is inevitable are you not getting? Like,
Oh, we're
500 is inevitable in every way possible that this team could present to you a 500 baseball record. It's
I'm
just
not fighting it.
yeah.
Was I the only one
And
to
that-
say
that
2-2, knowing how 500 this team is? I was the only one who had a 2-2 split. That's
Yes.
crazy.
Oh,
we
right.
know how 500 these fellas are. They're the most
I'll be
500
back.
there ever was, were, or will be.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad because I think now, like, even Cora's accepting it. What was the
Oh,
quote after the game?
That play
where he
today
was-
broke him.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that look you see a few times the last couple of years where the lights are on, but there's nothing
He
going
said,
on
"Is there
inside of there.
Are there more graduations I can go to? Because this is not something I want to be a part of.
No, it's not something I want to be a part of either. I do want to be part of the Underdog Fantasy app, though. Underdog just dropped their playoff basketball promo with the extender. You can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. You're going to want to see how serious it gets when that Game 7 hits. Hop on Underdog, the best place to make picks during playoff basketball, and get started right now. Make sure you sign up with promo code Jared, that's Jared, to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. I'm starting to lose it. Like, I know Steve is not ready to throw in the towel. I'm sure you guys are not ready to throw in the towel. It's not that I'm ready to throw in the towel on the season and be like, fuck this. But I think it would be a little naive to, at this point, not recognize that they are a 500 team unless they do something differently, which is where I've been. I feel like I've been saying that, but in different ways for a month now. Like, they are who they are
Whole
until they
fan base
call up
has-
Marcelo Meyer and Roman Anthony. We're halfway there. Meyer's here. But I think in my mind, when I was saying that, call up Meyer and Anthony, that obviously part of the equation is that Bregman would be there as well. Now, the way that Bregman was talking was like his fucking dog just got hit by an 18-wheeler. So that to me suggests he's out for a minute. I think we all keep saying, the quad injury he had in 2021, he was out for 58 games. We're looking at 2 months. I mean, the way that he sounded in his presser after the game was like 2 months minimum. Like 2 months is like best case scenario, the way that he was talking. So, yeah, I mean, I think T had the tweet today after the game where when you started the season, your 3, 4, 5 of your batting order, all gone. Casas, gone. Bregman, gone. Story, he might as well be gone. Like, the fact that we kept saying, we need is a healthy season from Story. And now we're like, do you got any more of those non-healthy seasons? Because I feel like what do we, how do we move forward with Trevor Story's statistics? And I'm not going to beat him into the ground because I have someone else that I'm pretty upset at if we want to get into that as well. Ceddanne Rafaela. Like, I'm so fucking sick of watching his at-bats. I know, but the platinum glove defense. Watching this guy hit is infuriating because it's got to be like 50 times that the Red Sox have probably sat this guy down being like, hey, you don't have to swing at every pitch. You know that, right? Like, you don't have to swing at every single pitch. And then when you watch his at-bats, it's exactly like he can't get a bunt down. And he swings at literally, I think it was last night in like the 8th inning, whatever it was. There was a pitch that almost hit him right in the dick. And he was like, I'm swinging. And he did. Almost hurt himself in the process. So
more on the bunt thing, though. More on the bunt thing. Because he must have missed the sign, right? Like, why would he bunt on the second pitch but not the first pitch when they're clearly trying to get the runner to the third? That was a huge part of the series.
I don't know that they did call a bunt on the first one because that is the situation where he does typically hit. Late, close, runner on. That is, if he's going to hit, it's that situation. So I think he swung at a pitch so bad they were like, bunt with as many strikes as you want to. Like, it's bunt from here on out. I don't know that he necessarily had the call on the first one.
Well,
I said that out loud. I was like, 2 strikes, fucking bunt again, dude. Like, I'm done. I'm done with fucking, like, Rafaela. I think it's like over like the last 2.5 weeks. It's like Rafaela and fucking Story. Like, you've got a number of guys in this lineup right now with like an OPS of like 400 or worse. It's bad. It's so bad.
You go back to last Friday, and there was the incident when we were at the game in the 8th inning. We didn't hear it. Will Fleming was excellent on it, but it was him missing another sign at the plate when he needed to bunt, and Cora just going off, like screaming really in a way that I haven't seen many times with players where he's like, what are you doing? Pay attention to the signs I'm putting down for you. And he clearly missed one or wasn't paying close attention enough. And like,
after
say what
that,
you will
Cora
about
gave the sign. Cora was not, I think it was like Huddy was giving the signs,
Yes,
or whoever
that's
was
how
giving
it
the
played
signs
out.
originally. He missed the sign from one of the base coaches. And then Cora was like, hey, asshole, like, here's the fucking sign. Like, Cora gave the sign. So I don't know. I'm kind of done with Rafaela. Everyone's done with Story, and Bregman's done with himself, apparently. So it's just it's not a situation where calling up Marcel Meyer, everyone was very excited about it, myself included. It felt different. Like when he came to the plate for his first at bat, I was like, this feels like the start of a new era, which is awesome. It'll feel even more so when Roman Anthony's up here. Oh, the other person that I haven't mentioned, and I want to be fair to him, Christian Campbell. Holy fuck, man.
Oof, it's been tough.
It's basically since the rib injury that he's been this bad. Like, we're talking about almost a month sample where he's been one of the worst hitters in baseball. But
the worst.
Yeah, right next to TS10. And it lines up with when he like missed a game or two from that rib injury. But on top of that, you're making him learn an entirely new position while he's playing two positions at the big league level. And I don't want to speak for him, but it does line up with the rib injury as well. But he has been horrendous at the plate.
He also looked excellent at second recently. Like, that's the part where it's just like, today he made multiple plays, or like he wasn't making those a month ago. So that's where I can't even give him the rib injury excuse, because he's doing fucking everything else better than he was doing. But I would love it if they didn't have him learning all 9 positions simultaneously. They did this last year with Rafaela, where they're like, you're a rookie, you're a young guy, you got plenty of spunk, you can play all the positions. They're doing it again. Like, this team, top to bottom, does not learn lessons ever.
No.
I also think when you're talking about why the team's here, like, you talk 3, 4, 5 hitter, you can talk about these other guys disappointing. The 2 guys that you were praying would be your number 2 starter this season. One's Tanner Houck, who's shut down with a phantom injury to the point they're hoping to just rework him and get him on track. The other is Brian Bayo, who continues to be arguably the biggest disappointment on the entire team.
The biggest dick sucker they have. I'm sorry.
I thought that's where that he's the biggest dick sucker on the team.
Biggest dick sucker in the league.
That's the other half. You're killing this bullpen. You saw how taxed it was in the second half last year. It's looking like that's going to be nothing compared to what you see this year. You got so many arms out there ready to die already, and they're doing their job for the most part.
Last year with Theo, I was like, you just got to use the fastball more. This year, it's like, dude, stop sucking these dicks when you're supposed to be pitching. Like, get the dick out of your mouth and go throw them.
We need this guy to be our number 2 when he's just blowing dicks. Like, that's not going to help at all.
He's the biggest dick sucker on the team, though.
Doug Eddings, not a fan of the dick sucking.
Saying it casually, as if Cora had like mentioned that in the presser. It's like, we need him to get going, but he's the biggest dick sucker we have. So like, I don't know what we're gonna do here.
He's busy. He's a busy guy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been great. Yeah, call him a dick sucker, man. That's fine. He's been bad.
No one gets out of the 4th. Like, Dobbins has been bad since everyone crowned him, self included. Bueller had largely the same start as them 2 today. He just went 1 more inning, but had allowed the same amount of traffic and got not a lot of swing and miss, at least with 2 strikes.
Yeah. I also feel like if he was fully stretched out, we get another inning out of him.
He should be the most stretched out. He fucking threw 17 pitches the last game because he got ejected.
I just don't think they need to see him get up to 80, 90. I think we would have saw 85 in the last start. Now you had to see it in this start until he's back up to 100.
Yeah. I do think that I think the same there, Coley, where it's like, if anything, you should be ready to go like 7. You know, it's not like he's starting his season off. I know he missed some time there, and he even acknowledged it in the post game. It's like, I want to be able to give them more innings, but it's crazy that even getting through 5, that's where this rotation's at right now. A guy getting through 5, I'm like, oh, all right, nice. Like, he qualifies for the win. That's where we're at. We're just praying for 5 innings. It's pathetic.
But he led off the 5th with a solo shot. Like, he didn't even get, like, he was much better through 4. And I do think some of Bayo's, not all of them, he's had some awful starts. Some of them, I'm looking at the coaching staff to be like, listen, I know this guy's sucking some cock out here, but push him another inning. Like, you don't need to go to the bullpen. His last start, he was fine. Like, did he look like an ace? No. Put him out there for the next inning. I know it was the top of the order. They had one combined hit at that point of the game. Who gives a, like, put him out there? Well, I don't understand. They've been pulling him too quickly. And I don't like Dobbins too. Like, push these guys.
Well, I think they looked at it in that spot, and he gave up 2 hits in the 4th inning within itself, and they were like,
sure, Buehler just did it today, and they at least push him to the 5th. Like, they're not being consistent in the way they're doing this shit.
You have to be willing to do that when your bullpen's like already cooked and it's not even June 1st.
Yeah.
Like, that's the position they're in right now. Also, in this series, and I know, like we've said before, the problem changes game to game, but in this series, they could not score in the first 5 innings. They scored 4 total runs in the first 5 innings. So you have your starter now going like 4 1/3 every night. It's typically at best 0-0 at that point when they come out, and you have a cooked bullpen for the last 5 innings of the game when you need to score runs. And that's just a terrible recipe for success, and that's been, the case for a little bit here. Earlier it was like, oh, they only score in the first 5 innings. Now they can't.
I want to give credit to the bullpen because they can be cooked and great at the same time, and that's what they've been. Like, yes, they're cooked because they got to go out there and pitch fucking 8 innings a night. You've got starters going 4 innings, and then the games are going into extra innings. You got double headers. They're pitching, 10 innings a day, and they were the main reasons why the Red Sox were still winning some of these games. Like, I know that ultimately the blowout game there, little behind the scenes, and what was it, a 13-run inning?
Yeah.
So before they put up 13 and whatever was the 8th, I was going lowercase for my goal bottles tweet. And then you have to go, once they score 19, you're like, all right, yeah, I'll go all caps here. But I was underwhelmed and until that explosive inning. But yeah, I mean, without the bullpen, this team would be fucked. They would be absolutely fucked. The number of times that a starting pitcher not named Garrett Crochet has let this team down, and either the offense has bailed them out or the bullpen has come in and been able to piece together, the basically more than half the innings of the game. Like, yeah, it's inexcusable. And I think when we started the season, it's not that we talked about the rotation being a strength, but I think the conversation was intriguing of who will emerge as that guy behind Garrett Crochet. The answer is it really hasn't been anybody. Like, Bayo has been asked for 4 straight starts. How they had to make up an injury to get him out of the rotation. Buehler was hurt, but strong candidate. And Hunter Dobbins has come back down to earth a little bit. So, I think that has been a lot. Well, yeah.
A lot.
So even when even when he doesn't go deep, it's not like he has blow up starts. Like, he's not getting yanked at 4 innings and like 6 earned or whatever.
Didn't he just go 4 earned, or am I making that up? Or was it 2 again? Thought he went 4.
4 innings pitched, 4 earned.
Yeah, but he's not.
So
I wouldn't consider that a blow
this
up
weekend alone.
But the Red Sox are telling you, for a team that already is leaning too hard on their bullpen, they never want him to go through an order the 3rd time. It's essentially the Cutter Crawford rule of a year ago. And I think they're going to have to be even more serious about it. Rule.
Yeah, that
before
as well. He,
I'm also,
but with Dobbins, they have to be careful.
I'm tired of that being on the pitchers when these guys aren't calling their own pitches. Like, that's on Bailey. Like, we'll figure out that 3rd time through, because they're not even trying. They're just punting it. They're like, 3rd time through, they're sitting on this pitch. Don't throw that fucking pitch anymore. Simple. To my knowledge, like, Buehler today was definitely calling his own pitches. He was shaking off, or he has a tick now. One of those two. He was shaking off constantly. Like, Bayo, if he's calling his own pitches, don't do that anymore.
I believe the broadcast noted that too when Bayo was pitching, that there was some frustration from Narvaez because Bayo kept shaking off.
Yeah, that he needs to not just listen to the catcher, because he's brilliant. But if the catcher's getting the pitches from Bailey, then Bayo's right. He shouldn't be listening.
It's also, if you're not throwing the changeup, like, that's in which still the case. You threw it 13% of the time in this start. Throw the changeup. I don't care if it's not working until it starts working, because you can't survive without it.
Yes and no.
I know,
I'm conflicted, because if they're going to do the same shit they did with Guerrero last night, where it's like, yeah, throw this dog shit horrendous slider, and then we're going to send you down despite being our freshest arm, like, by far. Like, that, I don't understand what's going on with the people making the decisions.
Well, it was interesting that he got brought out for a second inning when you had Criswell, who had legitimately not pitched in weeks. It was like, if he's up, you might as well throw a fresh arm out there. This is a guy who you trusted to throw, 80 innings for you a year ago? Like, can't even throw him out there when Guerrero clearly doesn't have it that night.
I don't know that he didn't have it. They just don't make him throw the slider. Like,
I agree. The usage is so weird.
Yeah.
He's not throwing the changeup, very little at this point in time, which goes back to the Bayo thing as well. It's like, that was his best out pitch, and now seemingly you're leaning on a slider and a sweeper back to back.
A bad one,
Dude,
awful one.
That Bayo outing, and I know I said I was gonna be more patient with him this year. I feel like I have been, but I mean, every 7-8 times, 0-2. All right, put him away. Here's a non-competitive pitch. Here's another non-competitive pitch. Here's a slider that is non-competitive. Like, how many times did he get someone 0-2 and not retire the guy?
So
how
many
many times?
staff, it feels like.
But
specifically Bayo, it
Ks?
happens a lot with Bayo.
This was like
he had tied his season
strikeout.
high in Ks through 2 innings, but you can't even get excited about that because all right, there's going to be a blow up inning here. There's going to be a lot of traffic. It doesn't matter that it's
or
the
he's
Orioles.
just not going to
Again,
give you
Dobbins
length.
was much worse, doubly worse than Bayo was.
Yeah,
this
but it's like
weekend.
Dobbins has helped you for the most part. You didn't expect much from Dobbins this season, like when we were starting out. 87 pitches through 4 innings against the Orioles to start a doubleheader,
push
by the
him.
way, where the bullpen's already cooked. I get it, push them, but then you could have an inning like they had, in the finale last weekend, where it's like you look up and there's a 4 spot, and all of a sudden you have to come back again. So Bayo's just, I don't know, man. And I know we talk about the attitude stuff. He gets so pissy. He was pissed about a pitch that wasn't even a strike.
Second start in a row, too.
I don't need the ump chirping him. I agree with Lou. These umps are fucking crazy and they all suck. They're missing pitches like crazy right now. So I don't really need him staring down Bayo, going to the dugout. But it's like, come on, dude.
He was staring the umpire down, going back
No,
to
I
the
know.
dugout.
Trust me. I want a little more from the umps.
over a
But I
pitch that
expect it from Bayo.
Yeah, but it was a ball. That's
the
the
next
thing.
inning,
It was.
the next inning they called it a strike for the Orioles, to Bayo's credit.
No,
But
I know.
Cora
The umps
in
have
the
been all over the
dugout.
place.
How often do you see him? He took Bayo and they had a long talk in the dugout, and
Yeah.
then he didn't come out afterwards.
Oh,
That
I'm
felt
sure
like
that's
a
why
moment.
they pulled him. That's fucking stupid. That's a stupid way to run your team.
You look
Still,
right now
it's-
for Bayo, though. We're talking a guy who's 4th season in the big leagues. It's 16th percentile or worse in expected ERA, expected batting
He hasn't been
average,
good.
chase percentage, whiff
He's been
percentage, K percentage, and walk percentage. We can say all we want about Hunter Dobbins. This is a rookie who's doing it for the first time. Bayo needs to be past this. Whether you want to blame Bailey or whoever, you've been in the big leagues for 4 years. You should be able to be an adequate starting pitcher at this point in time.
Part of the reason I'm
he's a
comfortable
dick
blaming
sucker right
Bailey
now.
is we know last year was Bailey's fault for the first half. We know that. He said, don't
And
throw
then
your
you figured it
fastball
out.
anymore.
You started
the
throwing
second
the
he started
four-seamer.
throwing the fastball, it was better. So I'm very comfortable blaming Bailey because it's not just him. Crochet's K numbers are down from when he was with the
And
fucking White
and he's
Sox.
still succeeding, and he's still dominating.
Sure, that's different. He's obviously a better pitcher overall, but his numbers are down. Part of the reason you traded for him is down. Who else is that when it's the whole staff problem? Yeah, we can't just look at one guy individually. That's the point.
Yeah, no one's giving Bailey an excuse or saying he doesn't deserve blame. You look at Tanner Houck, there's a whole bunch of arguments there. At the same time, for Brian Bayo, I don't care if you don't have elite stuff, if you're not the number 2 starter we all wanted you to be. You should be able to eat 6 innings. You should be able to go out and do that like you did in 2023 when it was clear you didn't have ace stuff. But guess what? You could be a really good number 3 that went out there and gave you 6 and kept the bullpen fresh. He's not even able to do that right now. And you see when things are going bad, the body language stuff starts to pick up again. And I don't know. It doesn't feel good. It just feels really bad when he's on the mound sometimes. And that's extremely disappointing.
This is now what you expect, which sucks. But his last 4 starts, 4 innings, 4 1/3, 4 2/3, 4 2/3. He can't even give you 5. Basically, in the last month, he hasn't been able to go 5 innings. And 5 innings isn't even good. That's he's not even getting to the good level. You're sucking constantly every single start. And again, with the Red Sox not scoring early in games, it's just this is a recipe for disaster. And then the bullpen's got to come in the 5th inning.
Well, it's only going to get worse without Bregman. I mean, how many right-handed hitters could you depend on? You can't depend on Campbell. You can't depend on Story, and you don't have Bregman. Now,
Ref Snyder.
Might as well
No,
kill
I know.
ourselves.
If it's down to that,
what are we talking about?
Seriously,
I think we got to end it.
What are we
Yeah.
talking about? It's when we were discussing the right-handed hitter situation in spring training. It was this is bad, but at least we have X, Y, and Z. They have none of the above. None. So they have no right-handed hitting, and they're expected to, in the past, when we would talk about treading water, that would be like, all right, maybe we can play like 550 ball. The Red Sox not having any right-handed hitting, and they don't have any starting pitching beyond Garrett Crochet, and they have a bullpen that's absolutely taxed, and they have a defense that has committed more errors than every other team in baseball except for the fucking Rockies.
So every other team, that's what that means.
Then what kind of team are you left with at the end of the day to tread water with? Like, you are now taking on gallons upon gallons of water, being like, we're just treading water over here. It's like, no, you are a sinking ship at this point.
They've also done the worst thing
defense
that they could have done this year, and they've made their 2 top prospects their saviors. It's the absolute one thing they could not do, and that's where they are right now. They've already pulled the Meyer cord when they didn't want to, and now they're going to probably pull the Anthony cord too late.
And it's what you look at, like that first month of the season, taking advantage of that schedule. It was so when something like this happened, when things went wrong, and all of a sudden you lose one of your best players, your most valuable player in terms of WAR for 2 months. All right, we don't have to be perfect. We're still not looking for that run that Alex Cora talked about after the game, like to get hot and win 8 or 9 in a row and push yourself way above 500. You didn't take advantage of that. So now we got to hope for this win streak when you had the talent before and you weren't able to do it. Now with, a decimated roster and 4 rookies, once Roman Anthony gets up here trying to figure it out in the starting lineup at the same time, you think that's when you're going to win 10 in a row? That feels like a horrendous bet.
I don't even want to give them the out of, you messed up at this part of the schedule and you should have won more games, because I feel like they're just as good and just as bad against good and bad teams. Like, I don't even know if the opponent necessarily matters half the time. I feel like it's them that matters. It's the internal shit that they can't figure out that then leads to losses. Not to say like, oh, it doesn't matter who you're going up against. If you're facing like Fried, you're not going to feel great about it. But I just don't think this team can be consistent against anybody. I really don't care who the opponent is. They're going to put up 500 ball regardless. And now the only way I'll go back on that is like, you were putting up 500 ball with Alex Bregman. And now not having that and assuming that Marcelo and Roman are going to be able to fill in that gap is a big assumption. But that's why it was like Saturday was fun for the most part. Like, most of it was good. And I think we were clouded by all the Marcelo videos in Worcester and the quotes coming out of there, and us being excited because this is a guy that we followed the whole journey and got to interview in Portland and like know a little bit. And this guy's chill and he checks all the boxes that we would love from a player coming up in the system. And yet that kind of clouded, at least I'll speak for myself, that clouded my worries a little bit. That covered up the worries. And then I saw Cora talking about Bregman and I was like, shit, this is terrible. Like, this is not whatever excitement we got from Marcelo coming up. That immediately got taken away by significant injury. And even comparing it to 21, I mean, this is a new situation. It's been 4 years since then. I think people throw those comparisons on there because they have nothing else to go to with this situation. This could be a worse situation than that. So losing Bregman that's like worthy of losing 2 impact players in your roster with how good he was going.
Yep. And you're looking at 4 years ago, he's 4 years older. And a muscle injury that, like, it's a different situation.
True. Absolutely true. Undeniable.
He's 100% 4 years older than 4 years ago.
Yep.
Is it the worst?
If you're looking for a positive, that's the way. The opt-out now feels less likely.
Why would he opt out?
No, he wouldn't at this point. Unlikely.
I don't know.
Less likely than if he stayed and played all year and continued to look like this?
Less
Definitely.
likely, yeah. But I mean, like, he could easily just point to the fact, like, look what I did before I got
teams
the quad
are
injury.
lining up to give injured players money for sure.
But he's not,
if he's gonna come back and do the same thing,
this is the same injury he just said he had before.
I know, but he's not an injury prone guy.
No, he just has the same 60-game injury every couple of years.
That's not. That's
fair. How teams will look at it. I'm not saying it's right. That's how teams will look at it.
I don't know that they would. I think that
he'll be going into his age 32 season potentially with less than 100 games played the previous year. That's not.
They love to overpay guys like that.
I mean, a big part of that would ride on what he does when he comes back. Like, if the Red Sox somehow stay alive, which, by the way, and I know I probably stay too positive over the last 4 years when it's been so 500. They can survive this stretch. It's just will they or not. You're relying obviously on a lot of young guys. The average age of their projected lineup is like 24 years old. If you take Trevor Story out of it,
was that the ridiculous. Mets last year? Weren't the Mets one of the youngest teams in the league last year?
Yeah, you can go on these runs. It's not like it's unforeseen. I mean, Campbell can't be going any worse right now. Meyer's going to obviously have adjustments to the big leagues. Who knows when Roman Anthony's coming up, but he'll have that adjustment curve too. Narvaez is already overperforming what you would have expected.
Whoa.
Offensively.
What you would have expected?
Yes.
Yeah.
Offensively, yes.
But still, I think he can maintain this.
My expectations.
Yeah, no, I think he's a 340 hitter, 40
The first
bombs,
time I brought up the
130
Carlos
RBIs.
Narvaez trade, I was told to shut my mouth. This
You're
was not
probably
something
muted.
we discuss.
You were probably muted.
Yeah, you might have gotten kicked out. Who knows?
But
You
I
might have got suspended
immediately
for that.
said that seems like a guy I'm going to like more than Wong pretty quickly.
Yeah, the defense.
Oh, yeah, big time.
That.
Either way,
The
though, they
hitting's crazy.
they can survive this stretch. I am gonna stay on that path. I know a lot of people are not joining me there, but it's gonna be you're gonna need a lot of help from a lot of people. And when you look at the pitching side of it, it doesn't look great.
I have
it's
no
really
reason
not
to
promising.
believe. Like, I know what you're doing, Steve, and I'm tempted to like echo the same sentiment, but I just don't want to. Like, I'm tired of like being.
No, I don't
proven-
blame you. I don't blame you. Again, it's more because I know what we sign up for.
Yeah,
I know we're 162 guys, girls, and gays. So like I know we're in that boat. I'm not jumping off, so I'm gonna try to, make sure we maintain some sanity, but I understand why this is pretty shitty right now.
yeah. Like, I'm not like I'm still gonna watch all the games, so I might as well be like, well, they could do it, but I don't think they will. Like, at this point, you're down Bregman. I don't know. There's also no starting pitching depth. It's not like it's like, oh, well, we could try this guy. It's like they've already tried the guy. Like, they have
We're
Herb
going to see our
Dobbins
starting pitching depth in Milwaukee.
He stinks. Let's be honest.
I'm not saying he's
Priester?
great, but I'm
What's he
saying
at,
we're
like a
going
5
to see
ERA
him.
right now?
He's not
Yeah.
even starting the game. They're pivetting him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a case of fatigue with how things have gone the last 3 years prior, and I just don't have any reason to believe that this situation will get better just based on logic. Like, the starting pitching depth, it's already here, and we haven't mentioned the name Lucas Giolito, which is unfair because he pitched really well in this series. But he's not someone that's pitched with any consistency either. Like, he's an every other start guy. He'll look like garbage one outing. Then the next outing, he throws 7 shutout innings. Then he'll give up fucking 8 earned runs and 2 1/3. And then he'll go 8 shot. Like, that's who he's been, which, every other day that has value. And then in between, it's a guy that's costing you games, just like pretty much everyone else that isn't Garrett Crochet. And by the way, as much as we're blowing Garrett Crochet here, and it's all well and deserved, they're not winning those games. It's not like
they're
winning
like
the Bayo
500 in
ones.
his starts.
They're winning
Yeah.
the Bayo
That's
ones.
another thing that sucks with Bayo. He's got the most run support of any starter on this team, and like they still don't win a lot of those.
Yeah. So it's just very frustrating brand of baseball to watch. And then every fucking night when they lose, I got to hear fire Cora, fire Cora. It's like, are you
It's not gonna
watching this
change.
fucking team? Like, what does Cora have to do with starters going out there and stinking it up and not
Or
being
getting
able
hurt?
to, yeah, or like Bregman getting hurt, or if you want to blame him for the defense, I don't know. Like, what does he have to run better practice drills? Like, either you're good at defense or you're not. Like, that's why I think they're clinging to Rafaela so much. Is I think they know the defense is ass, and it's like, this is one of our best defensive players that we got. So at least center field, a premier defensive position, is locked down from a defensive standpoint. But the rest of the diamond, it's fucking trash, and it's like that night in, night out, and yeah, to the point about today with the Little League home run, like Cora's just looking at this, being like, I know I'm about to get blamed for this shit, like that's what it's been.
It is funny the amount of times they kept cutting to Cora right after that Little League home run, and he was just giving you the same look of like, I'm in the same boat. I don't know what the fuck this was. Like, that was terrible. Nesson couldn't even stay on top of it. It was such a bizarre play that they were trying to, like, the cameras are moving around. Like, I don't even know what camera to cut to right now. Whoever's producing the game, I don't know if Mike Narachi's still doing it. He might have retired by now, but they couldn't even stay up with where the hell the ball was going. Rafaela, obviously a freak out there in center field. I don't know who he was throwing to necessarily. I don't know if that was Meyer in the wrong spot or what happened, but it just looked like a mess of a play, and it kind of summed up, defensively where they've been at. But they haven't been that bad defensively lately, though.
Second base,
No, I know. I think his target was second, Jerry.
The optics of having Trevor Story batting clear, like, I know he can hit lefties, or at least like he should be able to. But when that first lineup card came out and he was hitting 5th, you're like, what the fuck? And that was the day that they scored the 19 runs. So it's like, what the fuck is this lineup? They scored 19 runs. But then they had the lineup come out and he's batting cleanup, and you're like, what? He's fucking awful. And that was the game that got rained out. So the makeup game, you had Carlos Narvaez hitting cleanup, which was, I was like, all right, this is perfect.
There you go.
This.
Yeah.
And they also are at the point today where Alice Cora, they are lost on a player when they say, listen, he's sitting today, probably tomorrow. We're just telling him not to pay attention to anything going on around here. Don't look at any hitting plans, nothing. Like, this is when your computer's fried and you're like, I'm just going to unplug it and plug it back in and hope it works. Like, they are on the last chance of trying to do this, and there's no signs of life. There's not.
I got to say real quick, I don't think the Scoop Shop chat has ever been more unified on anything than what the fuck are they doing hitting Trevor Story cleanup at the same time. We're all like, what is going on
People
here?
thought it was a joke.
People don't want to read into the numbers. He's been our best four-hitter this year. People just don't like don't like facts.
It's crazy. And then what was the other fucking thing? Oh, I think it was Stats who had the tweet about like, this feels like a very pivotal moment when Cora pinch hit for Story. And I believe he sent Willier up there. Yeah. And that's how it felt in the moment. Like, that was the thought that I had before I even saw Stats say that. I saw Story get called out because they were making a pitching change. So that was when we were out to dinner last night. And I was sitting across from my buddy who's like a Red Sox fan, and he was watching the game on his phone. I was watching the game on my phone, and he's like, I think they're pinch hitting for Story. And I was like, they're switching pitchers, so he might be going back into the dugout to look at the iPad or like get data on the next guy. So I mean, that's why it was kind of a, I don't know, like a surprise. It shouldn't have been surprising, but it was surprising. Like, when you have Story get called back like that, it's like, okay, like this is the start of letting him know, like, we don't believe in you anymore. Like, it starts with this. I remember, what was that, 2009 or 10, whatever year that I think it was 10 maybe, when they had Mike Lowell as like a platoon DH with Poppy, and Tito called Poppy back from, like, he pinch hit for Poppy and sent Mike Lowell up there to DH. And it was like, wow, like this is the end of the David Ortiz era. Like, they're not letting Poppy see lefties anymore as a DH, and it's going to be a slow death from here. And he still had another fucking 6 years and a World Series title left in the tank.
The fact that 3 years after that, he hit like 900 in the World Series is
688.
Insane.
He hit 688.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
The Story thing has to happen.
I don't think that that's going to happen with Story, by the way.
I mean, you have to start, sprinkling that out there and letting him know, hey, this is a
No, I'm saying
real
I don't think he's going to hit 688 for the Red Sox.
Yeah,
in the World
there's a
Series
good chance that in the 2028 World Series, he's not hitting 700 for the Red Sox.
Clip it, send it to Old
safe.
Takes Exposed.
Yeah. Clip it right now. Yeah. You got to start doing this. You got to start letting him know, like, hey, this is where we're at. Because if you keep rolling him out there, he might think, oh, okay, they're going to give me a long leash. It's like, no, you can't. Having Meyer up here. See, here's where my head was at initially, Jerry. And this was completely wrong, but I thought the Breggy thing was only going to be a couple weeks, like 3 weeks, whatever. I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
That's a defense mechanism in your brain to protect you from trauma.
100%. But then we got some info from Jerry, and I was like, I think it's going to be worse than 3 weeks, because that would have just been Meyer at third, and then, okay, this is a big stretch for you. Prove what you can do. Then you can just slide to shortstop, where Trevor Story's been terrible, and we'll put Breggy back at third. If that was the case, I don't think we're all in the sky is falling territory that we're in now, but you can still make the case they can take Trevor Story out, put Rafaela at short, start shuffling around the other infield guys, and try to bring Roman Anthony up and put him in left field. And I don't know how much longer they can wait to do that, honestly. And even, let's just, if you want to talk about any version of getting Roman Anthony up here, just put that all to the side. I just want to see him in a Sox uniform and begin the development process. Like, whatever, lineup you have, and I've started getting way too much into the projected lineups because we got nothing else to hang on to. Just get him up here to see what you got initially and get the clock rolling on what he could possibly be.
That's what you need.
I'm going to ask you guys a question, then I'm going to hit a read, and you guys can answer it on the other side.
That's a good tease.
If I told you they were going to call up Roman Anthony tomorrow, would you take that knowing that the rest of the year was going to be treated as like a developmental year? Like, would you, like, so it's you're not calling up Roman Anthony to save the season. It's kind of just, hey, if they struggle, if Roman Anthony, if Marcelo Meyer, if Christian Campbell continues to struggle the way that he's struggling, we're not going to send him down to Worcester. They're going to get their reps in up here. They're going to learn at the big league level, and the rest of the way is going to be treated like a developmental year. Are you okay with that if you get Roman Anthony tomorrow? But born in a ballpark, Blue Moon, 30 years ago at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado. No baseball date is complete without Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. Blue Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions that you want a lighter option, reach for the Blue Moon Light at only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving. It's refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. Looking for great-tasting non-alcoholic beer? Try Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic, still made with real Valencia orange peel and coriander with just 80 calories. Yeah, after we went to Kowloon last night, everyone came back to the house. And I shit you not, the group was like, I heard you guys got Blue Moons here. I was like, pretty much all I have is Blue Moons. So if you're looking for a Blue Moon, go to the fridge under the bar over there. We've got Blue Moons for days. And it was more or less a Blue Moon sipping party that we had at the house last night. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Brightly brewed with real tangerine peel, tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? If I give you Roman Anthony tomorrow, are you okay with accepting that the rest of the year will be a developmental year?
1,000%, because Roman Anthony not only gives you your highest ceiling of what this offense can get to, but the worst case scenario is, hey, if nothing goes right, at least you got Roman Anthony up here. That if you get Roman Anthony up here, like, you know, he's getting the proper development he needs to. He's going to be in a place. So if it is 2026 and you kind of got to reshuffle and reset this thing, you're ready to go. Like, say what you will, Trevor Story, Ceddanne Rafaela. Who has a higher OPS this season? It's Trevor Story right now. It's 608 versus 602. And there's things under the hood that prove Rafaela has made strides, but guess what? The minute he's made strides in a lot of these departments, the power isn't there anymore. And he needed to hit 20 home runs to be the kind of bat with his profile that he is, even with him walking more. So yes, Roman Anthony, you have nothing to lose. And you could still get Ceddanne Rafaela playing 4 or 5 times a week, as long as you're ready to push Trevor Story out to the side, which they should be doing at this point.
I'm gonna stick with this. You guys can call me crazy if you want to, but that's fine. I genuinely believe it. I don't say things on here that I don't believe. I think you can have your cake and eat it too, Jerry. I think you can call Roman Anthony up and still survive for the stretch that Alex Bregman is out. Now, if that doesn't happen, I'm not going to be super pissed about it, because at least Roman's up here. It does suck at face value, though, that both of these are going to feel like they're injury related to get them up, instead of just calling them up and shuffling some pieces around and having uncomfy conversations, which they love avoiding. But yeah, I'm fine with having Roman Anthony up here as a developmental year for these guys to, also them maturing together, I think is pretty cool. The fact that they've been connected for a little while here. Obviously, Kyle Teal was a big part of that. He's not here anymore, but these guys are all, best buddies. To be able to pick your brains together with Bregman now as like an added hitting coach. Maybe that's the guy that we need to hire, Coley. I think that's productive enough for me for the rest of the season, while I think still being able to potentially survive. I put that percentage at a low one, but I'm not counting it out.
Is it really a difficult conversation to tell Rafaela you lost your starting spot to Roman Anthony?
Well, you didn't lose. What do you mean lost your start? He could just play shortstop, right?
I guess.
He could get some days there. I'm not against that. I think he could get some days everywhere. I think that's the best way for him right now, because I think if you're not talking defense, the next best skill and tool he has is versatility.
If we're going to go down that path, too, of like, all right, have the kids grow and you're not making the postseason, I'm fine with that, meaning Roman Anthony's up here without Rafaela playing his best position. That's okay. Would you prefer him to be in center field forever? Like, fine. But he hasn't really earned that with the inconsistency at the plate.
In a perfect world,
it's not even inconsistency. It's consistently bad. It's consistently swinging.
We can't act like he hasn't had moments.
Everything.
I mean, that's the swing, the chase consistency hasn't changed his entire career.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point in time, he's played 229 games in the big leagues. You look at what his OPS, it's a 654.
But hey, T, 351 with runners in scoring position.
Yes, shout out Dave O'Brien. Would never miss a stat like that, especially if someone said it right in front of him.
His weighted runs created plus by week. I saw Justin MLB tweeted it earlier. Negative 73, 94, 84, 129, 6, 184, 83, negative 16. So I think inconsistency is like the absolute perfect way to sum it up.
Just when he gets hot in the BABIP's high, you get those highs and it feels like he never gets out. When he's low, he can't hit anything. And listen, on a team where he was the only guy who was, your number 9 type hitter in terms of production, cool, go out there, go do your thing. You're not worrying about it. You have 3 of those guys right now in your everyday lineup, and that's not including the rookies who, Marcelo Meyer, this is very Brian Bayo-esque in 2022, where you have a team that's competitive and trying to win, and he's up earlier probably earlier than he should be, where he's going to have to go through some growing pains here. He wasn't tearing AAA up to a level that Roman Anthony is or anything like that. He had a good stretch down at AAA. They had a need at the major league level, so guess what? An injury forced it, and now he's here.
I would argue Bayo was doing more in the minors when he came up.
One more time, Cole?
I would argue Bayo was more like doing more.
I agree.
More,
I don't disagree with you.
Another time, Colin? One more time?
Yeah, Bayo, I would say, in this argument, was doing more than Meyer. And Meyer, I mean, he led that Woo Sox team in home runs. Like, it's not like he was some scrub, but yeah, he's here because people got hurt. If people didn't get hurt, he wasn't getting the call when he did.
I don't know that I agree that he wasn't ready. I think, I forget who I was having this conversation with, but it was like, how many organizations would still have Marcelo Meyer and Roman Anthony not called up?
We were saying that on the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
And we had a handful, probably a handful of teams that wouldn't have him up.
Yeah, I thought Sox prospects.
Anthony.
Yeah, Roman Anthony's destroying AAA. The truth was Marcelo Meyer's been good at AAA, not lighting the world on fire, still having some struggles against lefties. And he had a really good 2-week stretch, but it had been cold really the last 3 weeks before he got called up.
Good is good enough for me, though. Like, I don't need him to have an OPS
in the
over
Red Sox
1,000
world,
get called up.
If Trevor Story was giving you anything, we wouldn't be talking about Marcelo Meyer until July. That's just the truth to the situation. The fact that we're having the conversation now is because of injuries, and before that, underperformance.
Well, yes and no, because when Casas went down, it was like, well, Campbell's going to play first, so Meyer still would have been in the conversation for second, but I largely agree
at that point in time. But a big push for that was because Trevor Story not giving you much at shortstop and needing to have another jolt to the lineup and getting somebody up.
Can I answer Jared's question?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go.
I don't think you're taking it far enough with what you're asking.
Okay.
Because at a certain point, I guess my question in reverse is, do you think Jarren Duran's going to be here in 4 years? Because if not, I did see a report today that the Padres are looking for a left fielder. So are you willing to make this a developmental year, or are you really willing to trade a guy who's been hitting for 4 weeks now? Like, that hasn't been that first 4 weeks versus the last 4 weeks. You want to open up the position he's going to play, and also probably improve your overall system. That's the call you make. And if you really, really want to get into it, I'm sure they would take Story if we would take someone else back. And who else would make the vibes better here? This is a guy with 2.5 years of control in Duran. The last time they traded for an outfielder with his upside, they gave away Mackenzie Gore, James Wood, CJ Abrams. That's a team I'm calling for sure. If Bregman wasn't hurt, I wouldn't even bring this up. He's hurt. He's probably not going to be, him and Tatum are going to be rehabbing together for the next 5 years.
I don't think that's a crazy thing. And like, you look at where Duran is right now, through 54 games last year, he had 3 homers. Through 54 this year, he has 3 homers. He had 5 more extra base hits last year at this time. So if you expect Duran to go on this run and he's going to get hot for the next couple months as it gets warmer, should have had a grand slam a couple nights ago if it was warmer. I think it's something you ponder. I wouldn't say it's something you don't at this point in time, because you need to make room somewhere. I don't know if we grade
him on homers, though. We're grading Jarren Duran.
No, for Jarren Duran, for his offensive profile, 100%.
Yeah.
If he can't get up to 15 or 20 home runs, he's not the player he was a year ago. He's a completely different player if it's 10 homers.
Just the first thing that comes to mind. The first thing that comes to mind for him is not that.
No,
of course.
The power last year is what made it. Like, oh
exactly.
Shit, this is different. If he doesn't bring that, and honestly, he's
the
still leading the league in
capability.
triples, but the soul, like, it seemed like he was almost nervous to try and steal a bag today. because he's been thrown out more than he leads the league in getting caught stealing, right?
Yeah, he's doing the reverse Rafaela last year.
Of course.
This is Jaren's production to me is always going to be the guy that's, turning singles into doubles, leading the league in triples and all that. And he was 4 for 4 today, which is crazy. And they end up, scoring 1 run when he does that in the leados spot, which is wild. But
he's been producing.
No, he has. It's a different type. Like he hasn't had a lot of those gappers that end up not gappers, but just basically right to the right fielder that ends up as a double. That was more last year than this year. But no, he hasn't been the problem by any means.
No, I'm not saying get him out of here because he's been the problem. It's quite
no, it's because of the value.
He's been producing. Yeah. They've already fucked up his window twice now. Like, how many more times are they going to do it? We know they don't view him as a long-term guy here. They took him to arbitration and gave him a 2-year deal when he has 3 fucking years left of control left. They obviously don't view him as a foundational piece, no matter how many times Cora says it.
Last they 30 also games, consistently want guys. The thing, like other teams, Coley, I think this makes more sense than this team because they've shown you consistently, even if they don't think you're going to be here long term, they would still rather have you produce and create the illusion that you're a team that could go deep in the playoffs, and you would need a guy like Duran to be able to do that. So
there's no proof that he helps with that, by the way.
No, with this roster, no. Obviously, he doesn't have playoff experience, so I get that part of it. But
right.
you would be able to hypothesize that he would be a piece.
He was there in 21.
Yeah, but not to
get this guy the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here. Obviously, not to this level, but
no.
Again, when you're trying to get back to the playoffs, and that's been the only point and the only goal, it's hard to think that they're having a lot of Duran conversations right now.
I don't think they are.
Not to say it's a wrong convo to have.
But if the Padres are looking for a left fielder, boy, oh boy, do we have a left fielder. And boy, oh boy, do they have some people I'm interested in.
Like who?
I mean, again, it's 2.5 years of control. If they view him as the All-Star Game MVP last year, who's back on, I think DeVries should be on the table. And that's who I'm talking about first. I don't even know that I want Ethan Salas. His numbers have stunk for several years in a row now. I know he's still 14 years old, but Jesus Christ, he's been Rafaela, but at single A. Like, it's been much worse.
I did want to give Duran a shout out too, because I forget who posted it, but I saw a video of him talking about Christian Campbell struggling, and he said, that he was going up to him and telling him, he's like, I wish I had someone to put an arm around me when I sucked when I first got called up, and he's been that guy for Christian Campbell.
Walked up to him with a Navy recruiter and said, huh? Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Freedom. Like, this baseball thing ain't for you. I already got an idea where I want to go. Just come with me, brother.
Yeah. Hasn't helped, obviously, from a result standpoint, but I thought it was at least worthy of being called out that he's that guy for Campbell.
One extra thing I wanted to add on to the valid question, Jerry, of would you sacrifice having Roman up now for the shot at the playoffs? I think there's a huge portion, and we can't base this off the folks that are in our Twitter mentions because that would just be a disaster, but I think there is a big portion of the fan base that's so ready for this next wave of players that would also be okay with the struggles that come along with those early years of those players.
2014.
But
it was like,
and I'm basing a lot of that too off that reaction that Meyer got for those at-bats in his first game. People were pumped. You don't really see that energy for a lot of players. I was almost proud of our fan base, if that sounds stupid or not, I don't know, but that seeing the reaction that Marcelo got in that first game, it's like, right, this is what we've been waiting for. It almost reminded me, even though it was because of the Bregman injury, it's like, this is what we've wanted for so long. I think Roman would get an even bigger ovation, honestly, when he comes up, considering where he's at as the number one prospect in baseball. So, but if it's substantially, I mean, Marcelo already got received very well. Mm-hmm. And then obviously, 3 Ks. By the way, Jerry, you unintentionally called his debut. Did you see that clip? I got to send you this tweet. In the interview we did with Marcelo, you basically predicted his stat line in his opener, which was kind of hilarious.
You said that to his face?
Not like intentionally.
You're gonna strike out a shit ton. Big situations.
No chance against a lefty
easily
on
win
the
game.
This was from at Boston Clips. I'm going to send you this this tweet here.
The fuck?
I listened to it and I was like, that's kind of crazy.
But then game 2, you'll be, and even that game, they were like, you're going to play third. Now you're at short. Now you're back to third. It's like, I know. It's his first fucking game, guys. Like,
their favorite thing is moving the youngsters around because they know they won't say anything about it. They're like, the guy that we gave the biggest contract to, we can't even say hi to him. Like, we can't even talk to that guy. But we're going to tell you what to do.
This is from last year.
This is from the Marcelo interview last year.
What lasts longer for you? 4 hits, I'm feeling good about myself, or 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts, I want to like murder somebody? What's lasting longer?
Probably the 0 for 4.
Okay.
You don't want.
So he wants to murder himself. There you go.
Yeah.
Look great today.
That's just a guy who knows ball right there.
Yep. And you remembered it too.
Yeah, I remember when I said that, and I was like, yeah, this is probably what you're gonna like. I'm only asking you this for, to prep you for what you're gonna be doing on opening day.
That's probably why he had 2 hits today, because you prepped him a year in advance.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was ready for it. And that's why he loves the 10. Steve?
I'm going to give a shout out to Coley, because he said something in the chat that I haven't agreed with something like this in quite some time. He does not have rookie face at all, Marcelo Meyer.
No.
I think Christian Campbell does have rookie face, and you can see it and notice it a little bit more when he's struggling out there. Marcelo looks like he's been in the league, similar to Narvaez, for a long time. And when he had 2 hits today, I love the reaction. What's his name there, T? Who gave him the ball? Why am I blanking on the first baseman who gave him the ball?
Yeah,
Rivera. Okay, Rivera there. And that was a nice move. Nothing against that move.
I've never seen that
hilarious.
No.
I haven't even
seen that. Didn't even take a minute, just flipped it. He was like, what are you doing?
Marcelo looked at it, and I think, to your point, Coley, he's like, do people do this? Do they hand over the Am I supposed to be like, yes? He just like holds it up to the crowd.
Like George Bush Sr., just raise it up and look at the crowd.
I've got my first of many. Cheer for me. Like, that's basically what. If you didn't know baseball, you would have thought that like an ovation happens at that point. But he looks at it and just kind of tosses it over, like, you're embarrassing me, dude. Like, stop doing that. Even his dad, when he got the double from like the Orioles,
what? He looked at the ball like, what are you doing? I've never seen that.
The Meyer family doesn't want these fucking baseballs.
No.
They're like, I'm gonna be good here. What? Yeah, give me your first home run. That's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, what are we doing?
We got enough of these fucking things at the house. Get it away. Now, Meyer, I was thinking about this because I said it with like, how often have we had an Eyeblack guy out in the field? I love that Meyer's going full Eyeblack.
That didn't even hit me till you mentioned it. Let me look at the photos.
Who's the last Eyeblack? Like catchers, Eyeblack, sure, but who's the last Eyeblack guy we've had out in the field?
Isn't Duran an Eyeblack guy?
I don't
Not
notice
always.
Eyeblack. When we mentioned Wally had it, that blew my mind. So I just don't I don't see it anymore.
I think Duran
honestly.
is an
I'm
Eyeblack
looking.
guy.
Duran
Definitely
wants
has the
every
vibe.
accessory, but he's an accessory guy. He puts
There's a
every
lot of
accessory
Eyeblack.
possible on.
Yeah, Duran's an Eyeblack guy.
Who
Yeah.
else, T?
Yeah. That's all that's coming to mind.
Okay, you just said there's a lot of it, so that's why I said.
Oh no, on Duran's face.
Sure.
Like,
Okay,
like picture wise, like he wore him the first day they wore the New City Connect uniforms. There was Eyeblack.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yoshida should be an Eyeblack guy.
I want to know who was the first guy to be an Eyeblack guy, because we know this as a normal thing now, but it's kind of weird to just like paint under your eyes and
Bryce
be like, "Let's
Harper?
play some ball." No, I'm
The
saying like the
first?
OG. Who was crazy?
Was there Eyeblack before Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper was the first ever Eyeblack.
That's a
Dude, I
crazy-
have pictures of me wearing Eyeblack, like, I don't know, a travel ball.
Nah, I think that's Photoshop, because Bryce Harper started
invented
Eyeblack.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's going to be like a first thing on his Wikipedia page. Like, one of the best players ever also invented Eyeblack.
Yeah. Bryce Harper, first ever Eyeblack guy. That was crazy, too.
I love T. You just never know what you're going to get.
Ever. Bryce Harper. He goes
In the big leagues?
What was his name? Bryce Harper.
You're still sticking with it, T. What are you talking
Honestly, I'm genuinely asking. I don't remember ever seeing.
Did Mickey K-Line wear Eyeblack?
Oh, he definitely had Eyeblack.
Let me see.
He had a ton of it, right?
When I was a kid, Bryce
No.
Harper was the first one I really
didn't?
remember.
No, Mickey K-Line did not wear Eyeblack.
I'm thinking of his eyebrows. They look like Eyeblack.
I'm thinking of Bucky Majors.
He looks
No,
like
of
Cole.
course.
Do you know Bucky Majors? Bucky Majors, no Eyeblack either.
No Eyeblack.
Wow.
One of the earliest known instances of a player wearing eye black is Babe Ruth.
Who the hell is that?
Bum.
First ever.
I don't want to throw out any allegations here, but I think Bucky Majors was on the gas. Like this, look at the size of this guy's fucking jaw.
This guy's huge.
Bucky Majors? I mean, Mickey K-Line, let's see.
Mickey Kaline was more like a Babe Ruth build.
Yeah, I think, well, Yeah, but like his forearms kind of. Yeah, I think Mickey Kaline was probably on the gas too, but I think by the time this episode came out, it was like he was off the gas, so he was kind
at
of
that point.
fat.
He had a pass. Yeah, they're like he's a fat guy. Just let him go.
He's got that upper body of I definitely used to take a ton of steroids, but now I don't anymore.
Yeah, because his legs aren't that big.
Not at all.
Oh my God! Look at this photo. Wow.
T, do you know who Mickey Kaline is?
Hey,
There's no
Arnold.
chance.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Good
I
job,
was
T.
very
I did
surprised.
see a
Have
little
that
Hey
one.
Arnold.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bryce Harper, first Eyeblack guy of all
Yeah.
time.
Could be Bryce Harper, could be Babe Ruth. Who knows?
Nobody in between, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh man. Red Sox win
Crazy.
19-5.
Damn.
Good take.
You think Babe Ruth ever used a Ridge wallet?
That sounds like him.
Mm.
He had a lot of money, so you need to have a wallet to carry money around.
I don't think he had any money, really.
He was poor.
He was an orphan. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a fat drunk.
Not all orphans are poor.
That's a hell of a racket to be running. Well, I personally love having a Ridge wallet. I've lost wallets before. I've bought poor quality wallets that did not stand the test of time. They get beat up. They fall apart. They rip. And when they rip, you lose stuff. Or kind of like, you know what I would do? I would have like a ton of stuff in my wallet and then I would downsize. And then when you downsize, it's like, oh, now it's almost like it's too loose. And it doesn't fit right unless you have all that crap in there. But the thing about Ridge wallets is that their unique, slim, modern design holds up to 12 cards plus cash. Made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. With over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from. I know Coley's got a Red Sox Ridge wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, no, it's become my day-to-day, my daily driver. Use it everywhere.
All Ridge wallets and products have a lifetime warranty. This is literally the last wallet that you're ever going to need to buy. Does it give you a peace of mind knowing that all Ridge wallets have RFID blocking technology? That means, T, you can't get scammed. I know that you're like the most scammable guy on the pod, unfortunately.
Me?
Yes.
T, come on.
Well, yeah, come on. What are you defending here?
I'm quick on my feet. I've only had 4 or 5 phones stolen from me in my life.
You're not.
Try and scam me. I dare you.
Well, a Ridge wallet will make sure that you will not get scammed, and it'll keep you safe from all those digital pickpocketers. Over 100,000 5-star reviews. That's pretty sweet. Losing your wallet's the worst, but with Ridge AirTag attachment, you'll always know exactly where it is before panic mode sets in. That's perfect for UT. You lose your wallet all the time. You've left your wallet here. You've lost, I don't know. How many wallets would you say you've lost just in your adult years?
6.
There you go.
Jeez.
All right. There you go. Ridge isn't just about wallets. They create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases. I know you lose your keys too, T. Suitcases and rings.
So does Marcelo Meyer.
Yeah, he did lose his keys. You're right. All built with the same sleek, durable design. No matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping, a 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all of their products. Right now, Ridge is having their huge Memorial Day sale. Get up to 40% off at ridge.com/section10. Just head to ridge.com/section10. That's RIDGE.com/section1010 to see their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase the last where you heard about them, please support our show and tell them that Section 10 sent you. Right, T?
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Are we kind of all on the same page here with how we're viewing this baseball team? Like, it's just, I think we're all pretty, I think we're frustrated, but I think we've been frustrated for so long because it's just been now 4 years of this that we're used to the frustration. We're just waiting to see change. So even with losing Alex Bregman, the fact that Meyer is here is the only thing that's keeping me alive.
And then whenever Roman comes up, that'll give us a little extra juice, and then probably come back down to earth when you realize he's 21 years old and will need some time to adjust.
I just hope people keep that in mind, because seeing the amount of people that jumped on Meyer after the first night and were like, this is the guy you guys talk about all the time. He's 0 for 4.
They did it to Campbell. They did it to Campbell his first game. So they're going to do it for Anthony too, unless he comes out and does some like Gary Sanchez level shit.
Which I almost hope he doesn't do that.
No, because Gary Sanchez didn't really ever repeat that. So yeah, I would like Jackson Merrill, Jackson Chourio last year. At this point, it was just like, maybe these guys needed some more seasoning. And then as the season went on, the Chourio was unbelievable in the playoffs for as little as the Brewers were in there. Merrill obviously signed like the largest deal ever after 1 year. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence he's like gonna be here soon.
Do you, T? Do you feel differently?
I feel like it's going to get harder and harder for them to say no, especially with the current state of the lineup. Like Carlos Narvaez, I love the player. He's batting cleanup for you. We're talking rookies and having fair expectations. At some point, a fair expectation is that he's going to go through what a Christian Campbell is going through right now. So once you kind of take him out of that 4th spot in the lineup, it's terrifying to try and put the lineup together. The bottom half of it is already really hard to look at. You take out a hot Carlos Narvaez, it's like, yeah, you saw Rafael Devers went 0 for 8 the last 2 days. Guess what the Red Sox lineup looked like? It's that. Even with Jaron Duran going, 4 for 5 today, there's not enough ammunition in that lineup to get it done. And that's why I look at Roman Anthony and, hey, it's May 25th. I think you made it farther than a lot of people thought you did without him.
They're clear. They're manipulating service time. Call it what it is.
Yes,
that's why I have no.
We've talked about it a million times.
They're not like just being like, oh, he looks so happy watching his best friend get his single on the jumbotron and the big PP in Worcester. Like they're not going to rush him because of that. They don't care.
You know how I would have felt. I would have had Rafael in a utility role and Roman Anthony in center field or left field with Duran in center on opening day. But here we are, May 25th. And I do think most of it is service time.
It was an incomplete offseason. They didn't do things they needed to do.
Eesh. All right. Let me ask you guys, when was the last time that you think Christian Campbell had at least a 300 batting average and a 900 OPS? When was the last time that you think that happened?
April 20th?
Early April?
Yeah.
Early April?
No, not like early April.
Can't be much later than like April 15th.
That's not early, but
I added a week, yeah.
Like right before the Tigers series. I know he was still in the 800s.
I'm going off of Jerry's reaction, by the way, because I wouldn't have initially guessed this.
Oh, it's been at least a month. If not, wasn't it 420 on the dot?
It was the last game of April 30th.
Oh, okay.
April 30th.
That got that reaction?
So that's not what the reaction
he's at like
was
693 now. That's the issue.
So he went into the month of May. He entered May hitting 301 with a 902 OPS. This is not including today's game because baseball fucking reference is still in the 1900s. But this is the 14 games that Christian Campbell has played in the month of May. He's hitting 088 with a 288 OPS.
Oof.
Like I don't. Yes. Like
I got it at 104 with today's game included.
104.
104 what?
Batting average.
Batting average.
Oh, I was like, if it's
how many hits did he have?
He has 7 this month, in the month of May.
Bitch, what did he do today?
I gotta look at the game log. I think did he have a hit
today? To hit
0 for 4 today.
Yeah, so you're wrong.
Went up.
I just looked up May Christian Campbell on MLB stats.
Well,
He's
there's
5
no
for 61
fucking
this
way.
month.
I got 7 for 67.
The game did happen early today. Maybe B-Ref does have today's because that would make sense if it was 104 coming into today and now it's 088.
This has through May 23rd.
So no.
Yeah, this only has through the 19-5. Are they that far behind? Jesus Christ.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
B-Ref
He got
has
what?
been bad this year.
He
with
went,
that.
2 for 3 yesterday?
It was something. That's why.
They don't have
So-
game
yeah.
2 of the doubleheader in here. Come on, B-Ref. You guys
Sounds like game 1 either. But he sat in one of
No,
those.
they
so,
have
yeah.
one. They have
Okay.
one.
So through the 19-5 game, 088 with a 288 OPS. Like I can't even recall a time that I've seen an OPS that low.
2 for 8.
Yeah, no. I mean, the
7
rib thing,
for
like you brought up,
65.
the 9 positions he has to learn every day. I'm sure they have him taking language courses at night too. Like he's got to let him play.
He's going to be, Davison's going to quit the translator thing, and that's going to actually be Campbell.
We're already paying this guy. We might as well. Yeah. Give him a position. If it's first, it's first. If it's second, it's second. Give him a position so he can focus on hitting, please.
I might be in the minority here, but I understand this has been a tough stretch. I've just kind of baked this into his season, and we're going through it right now. So it feels like this is the worst part of. I'm hoping this is as bad as it's going to get. But yeah, you give him a little extra time here and have him work through it. My dad tells me every day, he's like, he's got to go to AAA. I'm like, I'm not sold on that.
He's had a bad month at every level except AAA, and it's typically his first month. But he didn't do that here. He had his great month immediately, which was smart. And now he's having the worst month you could have. So June, I'm buying anyone who's selling Christian Campbell stock. I will buy it.
As Coley said, if Jackson Merrill and Jackson Churio, and they were younger, to be fair, but how fast Christian Campbell moved through the minors, when you keep that in mind, like, yeah, this is part of the process. It's why you don't assume when any guy comes up, they're going to be a monster or an MVP. Even a Roman Anthony, which is part of my frustration about why they were so scared to be willing to call him up earlier. Like, there's a lot of ups and downs that come with being a rookie in Major League Baseball. Ride the ups and downs, because right now, Carlos Narvaez is number 2 in Rookie of the Year voting if it happened today in the AL. Who the hell would have ever guessed that?
Me.
And if we're gonna have that conversation in July or August,
Jared
you're
did
confident?
know.
Fuck no.
Yeah, Jared's disappointed it's not one.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a letdown that he's not leading right now, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out Jacob
Jay
Wilson.
Willie. Yeah.
Still time.
Yeah.
Still
Long
time.
ways to go.
But it's not even, they're not afraid he's going to be bad. They're afraid he's going to win Rookie of the Year, and they get nothing for it.
No, but all I'm saying is to immediately assume he's going to come up and win is a major assumption within itself, in my opinion. Like,
Sure.
guys ride ups and downs. Things are going to happen. To say your team is going to sit out here and go through weeks where they needed that player or they could have used him, I just think it's being very scared. And, oh my God, there's a chance our number 1 prospect in the sport comes up and dominates. Okay, great. If he does, he does. Worry about that 7 years from now.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I still agree they should worry about that, but they should also just sign him.
Yes.
Now.
Be
Like,
aggressive. Do what you need to do. Because if you get him
Overpay.
locked up, it will be a good deal, even if you overpay now, if he is what
Right.
you think he is.
Right. Unless they give him like the Soto deal, which I don't anticipate. There's no overpaying here. There really isn't.
I'd
so
also just be very surprised if he won Rookie of the Year. I mean, that's saying a lot. You'd have, 4 months at the age of 21 winning Rookie of the Year. Understandable that the class includes 2 Red Sox guys already, so maybe it just becomes 3 dudes on the same team trying to win the award. But yeah,
But if
I
he
don't.
comes up and they go, what do they have, like 110 games left? Something like that. If they go 70 and 40, from
Yeah.
the point he gets brought up, like he's probably and they go make the
I
playoffs,
mean-
obviously. Like he's going to win it.
Them doing that would be absurd. if this roster were able to pull that off, I'd be stunned. If that's the scenario, I'll give it to you, and then I'll be pumped because they made the postseason for the first time in 4 years.
It's like, get over it. It's fine.
It's like, that's
Roman
fine.
Anthony came up and did the damn thing and carried you on his back. You now have one of the best young players in the sport. You'll figure it out later.
They do have
That's
him.
fine.
They have him.
On the big leagues, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I get why. Like I don't know why they waited at all. Like he should have made the opening day roster. We were very clear
Easily.
about that in the offseason.
Yep.
And then the second that date passed, it was just like, yeah, I'll see you in September, pal. Like it's discussed. This is exactly why they've invented the PPI thing, and
It
the
went
Red
very
Sox are
poorly.
just flying in the face of it, being like, you know what, we really don't give a fuck about that. And it's bad. It's bad for the sport. It's bad for the Red Sox. It's bad for the sport.
I can't remember the last time. If you have Rafaela playing short, if they do, whether it's pinch hitting for Story or slowly just phasing him out of this team, I was going through this hypothetical lineup, which is probably what it would be, of Duran, Devers, Abreu, Narvaez, Anthony, Campbell, Meyer, Hamilton, and Rafaela. Maybe you shuffle a couple pieces there, but that's essentially the ingredients And the ages, it just blew my mind. It's like, I know these guys are young, but looking up the ages, it's 28. Those are the two oldest guys in Duran and Devers. Abreu at 25, then Narvaez 26. You got Anthony 21, Campbell 22, Meyer 22, Hamilton 27, Rafaela 24. That's an average age of 24 for that lineup, which seems like it's relatively probable that could happen at some point down the line here. So if that's the case, obviously it doesn't give you a bunch of hope that the team can make the postseason. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not giving up on it, because who knows what Dick Fitz gives you. Cutter Crawford, what's the latest? I hear nothing on Cutter every week.
Thursday and Friday of this past week, he was throwing a live bullpen, 3 innings, rehab assignment should be coming right after that. So closer than it seemingly has been for a while.
That's the tough part, because you want to be able to feel more confident in the rotation. That's the engine that's going to drive this entire thing. If you have a chance, it has to start there, which of course then helps your bullpen if these guys can go 6+ innings and on you go. That's where this lineup can survive. But if you don't have those guys starting games for you and setting the tone, then this whole thing wasn't going to work, even with Alex Bregman.
You guys haven't heard about the machine?
What?
Alice Cora has a guy coming. They've nicknamed him the Machine. Not Albert Pujols, nothing like that.
They
Another
just
guy.
Bring Pujols back. Like, why not?
Unbelievable.
Nope. It's Patrick Sandoval. That's what Alex Cora has nicknamed him.
I mean,
The
serious question. Would Pujols in the cleanup spot be worse than the production they've had in the cleanup spot? I don't think he would.
No.
Inject him with some shit. Let's ride it out. Who cares if he gets a suspension? You just go until then.
First base Pujols would cure me, I do fear. I do
If
fear
the Red
that
Sox
would
were
go
like,
crazy.
all right, fuck it, Pujols. Like, just playing that card. I mean,
just saw a clip of him talking very nicely about Rafael Devers. I mean, easy guy to talk nice about right now. He's tearing the cover off the ball. But hey, have that connection. Why not?
It sucks that, like, we haven't even talked about the Devers walk-off yet. It's like the negative has so much overshadowed.
That's what we've talked about all year, though. You have those moments, like these cool, exciting things that happen. A 13-run inning, a Devers walk-off, and yet we're here on Sunday and we're fucking miserable and crying.
And what were we doing last Sunday? The same shit. And the day before, he hit his first career walk-off homer. And we couldn't be excited about it. I just want to be excited about something.
Steve, where's the banana costume, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I said last year I lost the costume. I think that's because I was clearing out.
Oh, you lost the banana. Coley,
I got split.
I feel like, if I owned a banana costume, you would say
I accidentally threw it out.
Would you say that? Would you say like it's kind of large, like very hard to misplace type deal? Like if you had
yellow.
If you have, like, let's say like a sleeping bag, like, is that something that you could just misplace?
No, probably not. No.
So is that the costume, or is that just a picture of a banana? Yeah, it looks like a banana.
That's just Steve now.
Yeah.
Just put your head through it, Steve.
Why did you throw away the banana costume, Steve?
I don't have an answer. I normally have an answer. I got nothing for you right now. I got nothing.
Is there a cover? Did imagine Steve killed someone in the banana costume and it was covered in blood and he had to throw it away?
Yeah, I just for some reason I have no answer for you. I really don't know. It's like, it was part of a murder. That's why I don't know. But
going back to the Hey Arnold discussion we were having, episode 1, dresses up like a banana, gets mistakenly involved in like high level organized crime.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They start Hey Arnold strong. They get right into it. It's like, what kind of show am I watching here? Is there going to be some
third graders?
murder?
Correct? Did I hear that right?
Yeah. Did Arnold just take a couple guys out? Like, what's going on here?
Didn't he get caught up in a drug deal?
Yes.
Like they threw him like a brown paper bag full of drugs.
Yeah, and then 2 other older gentlemen wearing the same costumes assume their place. And they're like, this is the time we're getting the drop. And then, they bought some new duds. They were playing pool. Like, again, these, maybe it was 5th graders. I might be wrong on the 3rd grader part. But either way.
I believe they were 5th graders.
Yeah.
And then it was we're fruits. We're fruits. We really are fruits. Or whatever, however the fuck.
Yeah, no, they end up they saved the play at the end for sure. But they also threw away those costumes when they got
split the difference.
Those.
He was in 4th grade.
There you go.
All right.
I obviously, Hey Arnold was one of my favorite shows of all time. Probably similar for you guys too. I know T, Cake. I don't know when you were born, Cake.
I like when I know what you love it, Steve, because whenever I see the likes on Instagram, I see you liking the aesthetic, and I'm like, Steve's in his feelings right now, but I respect that a lot of it because I do the same thing.
T, I'm telling you, that's not even my feelings. Mikey sent me that account. It's like a Spanish Hey Arnold account. I don't know why it's just like I think it's like El Hey Arnoldo or something like that. I don't know.
Give it a follow.
Yeah, no, you really should. I got to find the actual handle, but no, it's more because that's how it just sets a good tone. The how they made that entire the aesthetic. That's the word I'm looking for.
What are you talking about?
Is perfect. But no, I'm just talking about Arnold and that when I rewatched that episode, Jared. It blew my mind that was the first episode because that comes in hot. There's a lot of stuff that happens where I'm like, this is how you guys set the tone for this show.
Come on.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was the first episode either, but I mean.
Right? Doesn't that not seem like a first episode of
lead off grand slam?
Boys. Yeah. That was like that was some Daniel Nava type shit.
Yeah.
Easily.
First pitch, wallop that shit.
When was the skip school one? Was that first season? Because that was, I think, my favorite one of all time.
I don't know, brother.
I can't remember when that.
What is it? PS 118?
Yeah.
Where do they have Hey Arnold episodes? Jake, book Arnold.
I imagine they're on the Mount.
I think I got the Mount.
That's where the iCarly remake is.
What?
You guys wouldn't understand. You're old. For me and Jake.
Excuse me. First of all,
you should be arrested if you were watching iCarly, Jared. You should be going to jail.
So should the guy.
Oh, really? Because I don't have.
Great take. Can't hate on that.
I don't have two young children who watch iCarly. Like that's not on in my fucking living room every fucking day.
I didn't know kids today still watched iCarly.
I think Train's youngest grew up with iCarly, and she still like watches like throwback iCarly episodes.
Comfort show.
Yeah. So like I've seen iCarly, but not like I've been introduced to it within like the last 8 months. Steven?
The episode is called Hooky. It is season 2, episode 28B. Came out on October 13th,
what
1997.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
They always put 15-minute episodes.
Yeah, they do combos. Yeah.
So
I'm even more impressed with Arnold that they just get into the plot of that episode so fast, and you just all of a sudden it's you're along for the ride. It's great. All-time show.
Well, if you have 15 minutes to land the plane, you gotta get with the drugs.
They do a great job of it.
But for a pilot, they were like, we're not telling you why this kid looks like this. Like here we go.
Here we go.
He's on the bus. He's doing drug deals. You're in or you're out. Yeah.
It probably would have been during the ALCS, right? Yeah. Game 5 ALCS, Orioles, Indians, if we can still say that.
No, you can't. They would smoke holiday episodes like the Haunted Train Halloween episode, the Orson Welles Halloween episode, and then their Christmas episode, where it's like reuniting Mr. Wynn with his fucking daughter that he gave up, like fleeing Mr. Vietnam.
Wynn. Yeah.
And then also Helga buying or doing all that, trading the boots to do all that, to get that guy to keep his
Oscar.
all-time Christmas.
No, you keep the money. Oh,
you keep the money. Keep the money.
You keep the money? What did you just say? You keep the money?
You keep the money.
They break the sea turtle out of the aquarium.
Yeah.
That one always got
And it had
me.
graffiti on them, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to clean that motherfucker. And they did.
I just want that room to exist. I want that room.
I think someone recreated it.
In real life?
Yeah, I believe it exists. I don't know where, but like if you Google like real life Hey Arnold bedroom, I'm pretty sure that someone made it.
I don't know if you'll like it, Steve.
Why?
I need to see it at night. It looks weird during the day.
It's definitely a nighttime room.
Yeah. Where is
the
it?
night one looks
Where
good.
is it geographically located? You keep the money?
L.A.
Oh.
No.
I just sent the clip. You got to play that.
New York or nowhere.
Oh, Oscar. You keep the money.
You keep the money. You just keep saying it. Right?
What a piece of shit Oscar was, huh?
Oscar definitely had a drug habit, I think. I don't want to just like
abusive.
Speculate.
What was her name? Susie? Was
you
that her
keep
name?
the money.
What did you say?
You keep the money.
Oh, Oscar, that's the most beautiful thing you've ever said to me.
You keep the money.
That's the first time you ever thought of someone else before yourself. You must care about me. Oh, Oscar.
You give the money.
Oh, Oscar.
You give the money.
Oh, Oscar.
You give the money.
Oh, Oscar.
This gets a little saucier than I remember.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
She's moaning.
Yeah, I think she was feeling it there, you know?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember it like that.
You keep the money.
You keep the money.
What was the short guy's name? Like the angry short guy that lived there.
I don't know.
He had like the gruff voice. Can't remember.
Ernie Potts.
Maybe Ernie. You see Ernie.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's Ernie.
He
all
had
right.
the big accent.
Oh, it's
going.
Ernie, all right.
Yeah, no, Ernie.
If you wear
yeah.
suspenders, dog, you're on a different level already.
The bald guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this guy. This is fucking. What's his fucking name? Danny DeVito.
Fucking-
Yeah, basically, yeah, I should have said that. It is essentially DeVito.
Yeah.
The food eating competition episode where he goes up against the disposal, that one went crazy.
Dummy. Oh, Oscar.
You keep the money. Red Sox lose 5-1.
T, what are you showering with these days?
You know what I'm showering with. You got a nice whiff of me while we were at Fenway the other night.
I said you smell great, but I mean, you can't just be like, you know what I shower with. I'm not.
He almost
looking at your
implied that you
shower.
guys shower together by
Yeah,
saying it like that.
right,
Like, you've
yeah.
seen it? Well, I'm naked.
Yeah, I've
you
never
know?
been to your place.
Well, let's be honest. Spring is in the air right now. The
Mhm.
weather's warming up, and I'm most looking forward to playing tennis this summer. That's been my new thing.
You're
I've
gonna
been
play
doing.
tennis.
Lots of tennis. I'm actually working on a lot of my mobility, left to right. I want to be quicker when I'm out there.
You won't.
Oh, watch your mouth, please.
I'm just saying. Yeah, all right.
Save the suspense.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Martha has a tennis court right next to her house, so we can get out there and get after it on a daily basis. But I'll be honest, I'm looking even more forward to it because I've started using Mando whole body deodorant because unlike some other deos I've tried, it can actually handle anything.
Dios.
Dios.
You guys have never heard that term before?
Classic Dios.
Like the other Dios I put in my pits.
What I like most about Mando is when I put it on my skin or I put it really anywhere on my body, I don't get any weird rashes. Nothing bad happens. I actually feel like my skin's smoother and I never have to worry again about hanging out with my good buddy Steve and we leaving, having a whole night together.
You're never going to live this one down.
He tells me that my body smells and that I'm horrendous to sit next to.
Once.
But fortunately, this deodorant's good on your pits, your balls, your thigh folds, your belly buttons, your butt cracks and feet. It's like someone wrote this for me personally. They know my body size. But Mando was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. All products are baking soda free and paraben free. Choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather.
Bourbon
Overwoods,
leather.
Classic Mount Fuji or Pro Sport.
Classic
Clinically
bourbon.
proven to control
Julio
odor better
Bourbon leather.
that too.
Yeah. Mount Fudgy.
12 hours after a shower, the average man's Grundle odor level was a 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is a 0 out of 10.
Boom.
Who'd they hire to test that?
Lots of people from different backgrounds and places all over the world. If you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now, you can now find them at Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. For the best deals, go to shopmando.com. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code SECTION10 at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
That's right.
Hey, Jimmy, come take a whiff of this Grundle. Is this like a 5 out of 10?
Sniff
What do
it,
you
babe.
think?
People from all backgrounds were sniffing that Grundle.
Hey,
Everywhere.
get over here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call those? When you're with your partner and they sniff you and they like get high off of it?
What?
You mean pheromones, but I don't like the way you set it up.
No, but like your partner snorts you a little bit when they haven't seen you in a while, and they get like giddy over it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Martha, you know what I'm talking about.
There's no way Martha just inhales your scent.
One line. That's all it takes.
Jesus.
This is separated from the ad read.
Yeah.
Not enough.
No, this is very close to it.
Yeah.
Too close for comfort.
Yeah.
That was my best performance yet.
Oh, T, by the way, at our Chatham place, we have a tennis court if you want to play.
Oh! Little Stevie P versus Tyler P. One-on-one tennis action. My middle name's Parker.
Versus who? Oh, okay. Versus Tyler Perry. Like,
We're gonna go last name you, middle name me. All right.
Yeah.
What's your
Stevie
middle name?
A versus Tyler P.
Parker.
Tyler Parker.
Yeah.
Parker's a pretty good name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it from my dad. Shout out him.
Milliken.
Appreciated all the dead dad messages I got after last episode. There's a lot of us out there. We're riding hard. We're staying strong. Coley, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Wow.
I was trying to bond. I was trying to have a moment there. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, dude. The DDC.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Jesus.
Oh, T.
Christ, man. Well, how about hey, Steve, you know where I could get some life insurance?
Yeah, it's a good time to ask
man,
for
could
it.
I have used that ad read 8 years ago, Jared? And then again, 2 years ago. I could have used this ad read several times in the past. Luckily, Steve's here to help some folks out who have living people in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're looking for ethos, Jared, and it seems like Coley was as well. A lot
I
of
still
us
have a
know
parent left.
Same. A lot of us know that we need life insurance to protect our family's financial future if anything happens to us or our loved ones. And one of the biggest excuses for putting it off might be that you think it's too expensive. Forbes released a study in March of 2025, that's this year, that said over half of Americans don't have life insurance because they think it's too pricey. According to an April 24th study, people are overestimating the cost of life insurance by 3x, Tyler. But with Ethos, you can get affordable life insurance easily online. Jerry, you love Ethos, right? I know Bregman definitely loves Ethos now.
Yeah.
He is absolutely selling that trophy.
Yeah, he's gonna be enjoying it. Well, it's in the contract. You can't sell for a year. We discussed
right.
that.
Mm-hmm. But then after that, he's definitely selling.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Life insurance is more affordable than you think. With Ethos, you can get a free quote and customize a rate that fits your budget. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies, I love this, as low as $2 a day, Jerry, billed monthly. That is a beautiful thing. Ethos makes it fast and easy to protect your family's future in minutes, not months. No medical exam required. You just answer a few health questions 100% online. Get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. Ethos is a trustworthy company that disrupts the traditional life insurance industry. As of March 25, Business Insider named Ethos the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. 3 million families, that's a ton, have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage. Ethos has a 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 2,400 reviews. That's a lot of reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote today at ethos.com/section10. That's ethos.com/section10.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming!
Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
Stop and Shop, look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use promo code section10 to get 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines. Only at Stop and Shop. T, you look very surprised to hear the Stop and Shop music. What's up, brother?
That was a quick hook. Usually we have not been recording this short. I don't want to jinx it now that you just mentioned it.
It's been about an hour
I'm not
and a half.
against it.
It's been about an hour and a half.
This is what they deserve.
Bad the same way every week. Like there's only so much we can keep running it back.
Yeah.
I ain't complaining.
Yeah, I feel like the things that are wrong with this team are still wrong as they were the last time we did a show. And then as far as like new things to discuss, it's like the Bregman injury. You can really only say so much until we definitively know what the timeline is. And with the Meyer call up, I mean, you can only say so much about that too. Coley?
The only thing we didn't discuss with the Bregman injury, which I know you tweeted about, we had talked about a little bit in the group chat.
Does
it would
Meyer
be
stay?
Unbelievably funny if Devers was like, "Can't wait to play third, Skip."
Oh yeah,
because that's what they deserve. They deserve him doing that.
Yeah. In a perfect world, he does play third base, and then you don't have to
That's
worry.
the world he's been trying to tell people.
Meyer
about.
goes to shortstop, and then DH is Roman Anthony or Yoshida. Pick your poison, however you want it to work out. It would fit perfectly.
Isn't it funny how, like, for so many other teams, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and we're doing it tomorrow." But for us, it's like obviously that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, we can't possibly ask our third baseman to play third base. He's
the fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, he like since he started off, what was it? 0 for 19 with 15 strikeouts.
He's the best DH we've ever seen.
We were just talking about the month of March. Like he sucked in March. But his first game in April, he had 2 hits and a double. And his numbers since April, 331 batting average, 441 on base, 617 slug, a 1058 OPS. 12 homers, 46 RBIs.
I can't remember what the cutoff date was, but he has the second highest weighted runs created plus behind Judge. Like, and they're the only two guys in the 200s.
Yeah.
I also believe Core confirmed that Devers hasn't taken grounders since they were in Toronto. So he's not even out there getting the reps anymore.
I could have assumed as much. I honestly wouldn't have thought he took grounders at any point.
Yeah.
After spring training.
I would have been like, I feel like that should have been a bigger story. Like Rafaela.
Was he doing them barehanded?
Yeah. I don't know. Either way.
Real quick on Devers.
Yeah. No, you go.
I gotta. But I don't think I was cutting you off. Was I cutting you off there?
No.
I thought we were doing a quick Devers thing. Can I do
ahead.
Stevie stats real fast? Can I do Stevie stats real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm doing it fast, Jerry. I'm going to start right now.
Faster. Pause.
Ooh. Keep them on. So Rafael Devers right now, he's on pace for 35 homers and 141 RBIs. Over the last 15 years, players with 35 plus homers and 140 plus RBIs in the same season, that's happened once. It was Aaron Judge last year. That's it. He is on pace to be the only other guy in the last decade and a half to do that. That's all. Back to you, Jerry.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming!
Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win and leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, blue, look ahead. Red Sox win and leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, blue, look ahead.
Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines. Use the promo code section 10 only at Stop and Shop. Verbal promo code only. Shout out to Connor. He always comes up big with the notes on the Stop and Shop look ahead. He's on vacation this week, so we're just gonna run down who the fuck's starting. And we're gonna just shoot a nut blindly. And hope for the best. T, who the fuck is pitching on Tuesday?
They have none of their scheduled starters are going to be, ready to go. Richard Fitz today got mentioned. He had his next rehab start set for that day. He only threw 38 pitches in that first rehab assignment. But Alice Core, when talking about it, said he's still scheduled as of now. Last time we heard that, obviously he went back and Core ended up, switching it around. So I think Fitz here seems like the most likely guy right now. It's either that or a bullpen game.
What the fuck? What was his injury that he's been out for this long?
Pec strain.
Memorial Day. We got Garrett Crochet, 4-3. He's got a sub-2 ERA, a 1.98 ERA. And let's see. What are they? I almost typed in Garrett Whitlock. Garrett Crochet. What would you guess the Red Sox record is when he pitches?
500.
How many starts?
I believe it's 12 now.
I would say they
11.
are
11.
It's
5 and
11.
6.
I'm going to guess 6
5.
and 5, yeah. Yeah. Baseball Reference just crushing it like always. Oh, here it is. Yep, 6 and 5.
There you go.
Okay, so that's a loss.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
The
stick with
Chad
the
Patrick
500
is
thing.
pitching.
Yeah. Chad Patrick, 2-4, a 3.23 ERA on the year. Let's just say it's Dick Fitz or a bullpen game in game 2 on Tuesday. Aaron Savale, you remember him.
Oh.
Great Tampa Bay Ray. He's 0-1 with a 9 ERA, only 5 strikeouts. I'm assuming he's only made 1 start. Brian Bayo goes in the finale, 2-1 with a 4.08 ERA, and he's looking to keep it going with his 5th straight start of not being able to complete 5 innings, going up against Freddie Peralta, who I would love to see on the Boston Red Sox. 5-3 with a 2.55 ERA. It's been very good this year. That's a guy that I'm sniffing out. We'll see. Garrett Crochet, Chad Patrick, TBD versus Savale, Bayo versus Peralta. Prediction time. Steven.
Yeah, I got nothing too crazy for this one. Obviously, you want Crochet to set the table with game 1 start and give me 7 innings, please. That would be awesome. No more, we're planning to pull him early. You need to rest the bullpen as much as you possibly can. This kind of feels like it deserved to be an off day, but I know we're only really doing Thursday off days moving forward. I'm staring at that Brian Bayo start and the series finale. Can you go 5 innings? Hey, could you go 6 maybe? That would be incredible.
No.
Day ERA 5.68 this year, night ERA 2.20. So pumped that he's got another day start coming up in that finale. The Red Sox are 0-4 in their last 4 series finales. I hate that. For us, for everyone who listens, and for everyone on the team. Let's flip that around. I'm going to say, and I think this is going to be incorrect, I got Red Sox winning 2 out of 3, and they win the Brian Bayo start on Wednesday.
I'm not going to suspend you for that take, but it's just a dumb one.
It's not. I said
what happened the last time he started?
Yeah, they score runs for him.
Scored 19.
But it's Freddie Peralta.
It is. I mean, what the last 2 true aces they've went up against, they put the most runs Scuba's seen.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm telling you, who they face doesn't seem to matter. They're facing themselves, and they suck in that challenge.
I felt like that mattered, but now you look at the lineup and you realize they actually don't even have the horses. Probably really needed.
You're looking.
They lost the top horse
overly logically with this team.
I'm sorry.
What's their record right now? 25-26. What's their record when this series ends? 27-27. Give me 2.
I think they're
27-28.
What at the fuck ever? So
well, same
29-29.
29
is what they'll be when this series ends. Picking which game is going to happen. What? No one has any idea. I know they're going to win 2 of them. They're going to lose 1 of them.
These teams basically have the same record.
Correct.
Red Sox are like 500 on the year against winning teams too. So whatever. Any stat
I think
you
they're
want to look
13-11 against teams better
basically
than 500.
But yeah.
Call it.
I couldn't have been more clear. They're going to be 500 after the series.
2 out of
Which
3.
games they
2
win.
out of 3. I don't know
how
how else to say
they do it. Entirely inconsequential. Like we saw fucking Mateo die trying to rob a home run. Like something like that's gonna happen. We see Willier doing and 1 alley-oops to Rafaela. Like we do all sorts of wild shit to win and lose these games. So I can't wait to see how they go 2-1. And then that's when it gets tricky. When they are 500, you have no idea what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah. That they're just going
only on Ness.
On Ness. I think Tuesday is an unobstructed views game, yeah? Let me see. It is. Yeah.
Super fan is in the
Super
building.
fan. We did I already tell you guys that we shot a commercial like that?
Yeah.
Did you have the foam finger?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. Foam finger.
That is big.
It's basically like Nesson allowed me to do on a commercial what we did on this show, mocking the original commercial. Steve,
real quick,
I did do that.
Have you done the superfan thing yet?
No.
What do you mean?
T hasn't done the superfan thing.
Not even close. Get him out.
Get him out. What are you doing?
Coley and I have done 1,000 superfans. Jerry's done 1,000 super. That's not what we do at all.
All right.
Do the.
I don't think I get the reference.
He wasn't on the Superfan
show?
episode. He wasn't on that episode, to be fair to him.
All right,
That's
a good reason.
And he
That's a
doesn't
good
listen to
reason.
the show, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
First time.
It's not bad.
For T,
I
that's
hit that
actually
shit.
pretty good.
It's not bad.
I totally hit that shit, fam.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when the commercial's dropping, but they basically allowed me to recreate that segment from Section 10 in a commercial with Papelbon and Alana Rizzo.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
7-time Emmy award winning or nominee?
I said 17 time and she goes 7 actually.
Yeah, just 7.
Yeah, I'm
We're
like
trying to get
World
there.
Series champion Jonathan Papelbon and 17 time Emmy award winning journalist Alana Rizzo and me, Jerry, the super fan Carabas. And I go, super fan. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how it comes out.
That Kenny the Jet Smith clip, Coley. Superman is in the building. We got to edit that to just Superfan
Who
is in the
fuck
building.
is Kenny the Jet?
Oh, man. Kenny the Jet's awesome, dude.
Who
Inside
the
the
fuck-
NBA with Charles Barkley, Shaq, Ernie Johnson.
He's the white dude.
What?
Jesus.
Hey, nope, that's
Christ,
wrong. That was so
Steve.
wrong. You know what? I'm gonna reel that back in.
What the hell?
He's just not the Ernie's the white guy, right?
Oh man.
I gotta say, one of my favorite Tyler things, I've obviously gotten very used to him now. First season, I was figuring him out.
Yeah.
He will say the wrong thing confidently more than anyone I know. And I'm not saying wrong thing opinionated, like factually wrong.
Oh, no, it could be anything. It could be opinions. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Not just say it, Steve. He'll barge into a room like the Kool-Aid man to be like, he's the white one. No,
The white one, I know it. He's so not the white one. He's definitely not the white one. He's never
My
been
fault,
the
Kenny.
white one.
And
My
Ernie
fault.
the best part, Ernie
Oh.
Johnson does baseball, which makes it worse.
I
Like,
know,
that makes it
yeah,
much
I know.
worse.
His name's also Ernie Johnson. Like, yeah, he's the white one.
You know what? I apologize. I'm a man enough to do that.
Kenny the Jet Smith. Like, yeah, that's a white guy.
I mean, Benny the
I
Jet
mean,
Rodriguez.
Not a white guy.
He's not white. Definitely not white.
He's not a white guy, but he's not an African American gentleman like Kenny Smith here. I know
Yeah,
who Kenny
Kenny the
Smith
Jet.
is.
You've
Yeah.
seen Kenny the Jet Smith before.
I have. Yeah, I didn't know if that was his name, but yeah, I've definitely seen him on the panel there.
Yeah. I'm going to edit the clip to just be super fan is in the building, and I'll just tweet that at you all year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see that commercial. That'll be a good one. Who still has to give a prediction? Cake?
Everyone.
You went 2 out of 3. Steve
I
said
went 2
his,
out
I
of 3
forget.
for no reason, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we need Cake and T. Cake?
I think they find a way to split this one. It's just really in their DNA. I don't have a calculator, so I don't know how the math works out, but I got a Benny's banana split.
Jesus.
This
Cake.
guy's such a dick.
I fucking hate Cake, man. This is not going to be the series that we get rid of Cake either. Like I don't. Yeah.
If they can't beat Savale, who just genuinely sucks at pitching, like they really need to reevaluate a lot.
Yeah, no one's saying they can't win the series, but they're not going to sweep and free us of Cake. We should have been free of Cake after this Orioles series. And they
They
didn't
would
even come
never
close.
sweep in the Orioles.
Except
Never
Cake, and it becomes easier.
I'm not accepting cake. I hate
No
cake.
chance.
Yeah.
Now, when Jake comes back, I can't wait to tell him you were thrilled he was gone.
Yeah.
Cake, this is between me and you. Okay?
Imagine,
It's just us, buddy.
imagine Jake got kidnapped and his kidnapper is now on the podcast, and you're like, well, we just need to become friends with this guy. It's like, no, like there's a way to get Jake back.
I was
We
in
don't
high
know
school.
if Jake wants to come back. He hasn't reached out to us.
Jake,
I was
wants
in
to
high
come
school the last time the Red Sox swept the Brewers. It's been quite some time.
That's great.
Did JD Drew homer in that series?
2008.
It's on the table.
I'll check. I'll check for you too.
back. I don't think
It's on
he
the
did.
table.
During those
It's-
interleague series, I just remember JD Drew going off constantly.
Yeah, well, he always went off. He was one of the best. One of the best to ever do it.
I was shocked when they said this was the first time your boy Judgy played in Colorado.
Couldn't believe it. It's the last park he hadn't played at.
Wow.
Him going deep there was the most predictable thing of all time.
And immediately too. Immediate.
He's kind of slumping though. He's slipped under 400 in this series.
Yeah, nice sucks, Mike.
Bum.
And blows and sucks.
Garrett Crochet, that's a scheduled loss. Bullpen game, that's a loss. Bayo, that's a loss. I think the Red Sox get swept in this series.
Mm-hmm.
T?
Yeah, I'm really trying to be positive here, but I'm having a hard time. You know what? Garrett Crochet won't throw 85 pitches in this game. It should be more. So that means the bullpen should be ready for the bullpen game on Tuesday, whether it's Fitz short or they do it another way where Zach Kelly has to eat it for 3 innings and they kind of just build off of it. I think they won the first 2 games and they dropped the Brian Bayo game. Am I confident? Hell no, but I'm going to try and be positive.
Okay.
Mike Lowell went deep. T.
No JD Drew.
No, Lowell, Pedroia, Ortiz, and Euclid all hit a home run in that series.
It's the first 4 in the lineup.
Who could forget?
Great.
Yeah.
When I look ahead, and you wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor's shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's gummy bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew them with your mouth.
You chew them with your mouth. The Red Sox head to Milwaukee for a 3-game series, and like Fenway Park, they also have a roof at American Family Field, which, by the way, might be in the running for the worst name of a ballpark in the majors. Game 1, Monday, Memorial Day, 2:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 58 degrees, mostly sunny, 0% chance of rain, 10-mile-an-hour winds. Again, we're talking indoors here. Game 2, Tuesday, 7:40 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 56 degrees.
Oh!
Cloudy, 17% chance of rain, 11-mile-an-hour winds. The finale is on Wednesday, Bayo Day. Oof, no, what?
I don't know.
1:10 p.m. Yeah, why not? PM Eastern, first pitch, 54 degrees, showers, 50% chance of rain, 12-mile-an-hour winds. But again, folks, that game's indoors. You don't got to worry about that getting rained out.
What do they set the temperature to on like the thermostat?
I don't know. It's a good question. Probably
You're supposed to know this shit.
68 feels about right. It's probably somewhere around there.
No.
Okay. Whatever. It's like a whatever weather series for Red Sox Brewers, but who cares? Because they, like the Red Sox, have a roof. That is your weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Yeah, you sure do, huh?
You do, huh?
Yeah. All right. I hope things start to turn around, but I'm not dumb enough to believe that. I'm just sitting here waiting on Roman. And then when Roman gets here, it's not like it's like, all right, that was the final piece. Now we go. It's more like, all right, now we can actually commence the developmental season that this undoubtedly is.
And feel like you're actually trying to survive as much as you can.
Yeah.
The urgency is turned up to where it should be.
I mean, if the urgency were turned up to where it should be, then Roman would be on a plane to fucking Milwaukee right now.
Just starting to get there would be nice. But as Coley said, Way too late. Way too late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't blame any fan that's like, yeah, like this year has been so poorly mismanaged and like I'm out. Like if you're just like I'm choosing to spend time with other hobbies. I get it. We're stuck here. Like we're gonna watch no matter what. We're 162 guys. I wish that they just this season could have gone so much different if they had done it right. They just didn't do it right. They did not do it right. I mean, if it was always going to be like this, then Roman should have been on like Roman, Meyer, and Campbell should have just been on the opening day roster at this point.
Meyer, no, like definitely not.
He didn't play a game in
two,
AAA last year, so I get that. But.
No. The other two, I like Campbell. They obviously, that's the weirdest part. They were completely fine with Campbell did not have a great spring training, and they were like, no worries, pal, and that was the right call. Anthony, I don't know. I don't know. And even like, I know it's a joke to some people, but like Blaze Jordan's had 700 AA at bats. Get him to fucking AAA or cut him. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for. Like, I'm sure he can't wait to get out of Portland, fucking Maine.
As usual, he gets the Coley. If Coley shouts out a prospect that isn't doing well, the bump they get the next month is going to be the all-time bump you've never seen in your fucking life. Blaze Jordan has not had a month like this in 15, 16 months. He now has a 151 WRC plus at AA. Are you fucking kidding me? He should at least be promoted to AAA. But they got Ryan Noda hanging out there now. So, and him and Nate Hickey, where are you going to get the at-bats?
Oh, they do need a third baseman. Like, they could play him at third.
Sure, but at the big league level, and he's better defensively than a lot of people thought. That's what it would be. But Eaton can play the outfield. He can do different.
That's what I mean. Yeah, get him. Just move him. Done.
Just tells you what they think of him. For better.
Sure, but that was almost even last year. Like he had the big hitting streak, breaks his hand. Like he has had some injuries because 2 years ago he was rocking an 840. Like it was a genuine he was tearing the cover off the ball 2 years ago. But everyone else had all this gas that it just got buried. Now it's just like, move him up, dude. There's way too many AA at bats. I understand the circumstances. If Garcia can get moved up, so can Blaze Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, that's the craziest thing because just how aggressive you were with Garcia doesn't match outside of Christian Campbell how you've handled any of the top prospects in recent times. But hey, you move Anthony up, go play Nate Eaton in the outfield, and then boom, you ride.
You also can't be dictating your org guys versus your org depth guys. Like, I don't give a fuck where Nate Eaton's playing. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Same for Trace Thompson, who's playing right field. Like, what the
fuck?
Also,
don't give a fuck.
Too many outfielders.
Usually the guys that make a ton of money in the signing bonuses, they're the ones that it's we'll accommodate you. Like Blaze Jordan, everyone forgets. I think slot for where he was drafted was $660K and he got $1.75 million.
Yeah, that was the Nick York draft. So
correct.
They took York, who people were like, who? And they paid him like a guy who gets that reaction. And then Blaze Jordan was like, can't wait to go to Mississippi State. And they were like, how about this?
Yeah.
You want a Ford Raptor, son? He was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And credit to Blaze, say what you will. I know that he didn't reach the top prospect status a lot of people have wanted. He's put in the work body-wise, defensively.
Mm-hmm.
He's done just about everything to put himself in a position to succeed. It's not a guy who's half-assed anything.
No. He's still not super old.
No, not at all. That's his biggest strength, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Garcia gets called up because he's on the 40. Obviously, they had to protect him in the offseason. So, fuck it. Be depth. Be at least depth. See what you got at AAA. Jordan, I don't understand. I just don't get why he's still at Portland. Get him to Worcester and just see. Just because if especially right now when he's playing well, let him ride that confidence. And then who knows what happens. I'm not saying he's going to be 40 home run guy at the big leagues, but who knows what can happen if a guy's riding that confidence in a promotion as opposed to just living in Portland, Maine for years on end.
Still only 22 years old.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Plenty of reason to believe.
You won't find a more pro Blaze Jordan podcast on the planet than the 10.
Impossible.
Yeah. Love Blaze. Steven, final thoughts?
Yeah, my only final thought, I'm tossing an SPG out there.
Oh, shit. Again?
Red Sox in Fenway Park getting the 2029 All-Star game. I feel very, very confident in this. The Cubs are getting the 27 game. Phillies have next year. The Braves have this year. That leaves the Red Sox, Orioles, Jays, Rays, and A's as the only teams that haven't hosted this century. Rays and A's obviously tossed them out of here. So Red Sox, Orioles, and Jays would be the three options. I guess O's and Jays, one of them. Maybe Baltimore in 28. That'd be great. Would love to go to a Camden Yards All-Star game. I think the last one in Baltimore was in 1993. Love that park, so that would be sick. It just kind of feels like 30th anniversary of the 99 All-Star game is when Fenway's going to get it once again. So be excited for that.
30
Major League Baseball doesn't like the AL East, by the way. Yankee Stadium's the only AL East park that's gotten the All-Star game since 99, which is kind of wild. But
and that's because it was what, closing or opening? Was it
was the last year? It was the last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the JD Drew MVP.
That was palpable on saying I should get the ball in the ninth over Rivera.
Yeah, over Rivera. Right.
Yeah.
So on par with, actually not even that crazy for Papelbon, seeing some of the stuff he says even now. But yeah, Fenway All-Star Game 29. Get excited.
Okay. I like that. That's a strong Stevie P guarantee. I think MLB would be fucking retired to not have that All-Star game here.
I can't believe they
makes too much sense.
The 5th year anniversary. Like that was a layup.
The what?
I can't believe they didn't do it for the 25th. Like that made way more sense than 30th.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
I like that the All-Star games are at least back on the East Coast. We had a stretch there where long flights out there. Now we got Atlanta, Philadelphia, Chicago, Baltimore, Boston. That's my prediction.
We're not going to Atlanta, right?
I'll find a way to go. I want to keep my All-Star streak going. We'll find a way. I still believe that we can go. I still believe. I'm not losing hope.
I am. T, final thoughts?
Just to continue the Roman Anthony propaganda on this podcast, the homer he hit yesterday right after Marcelo got promoted ended up being 116 miles per hour. This year, he's done that twice now down in AAA. In the big leagues, there's been 12 balls in play that have been hit 116 miles per hour or harder this year. So that's what Roman Anthony is doing at AAA. Please get this man up as soon as possible. Oh, Noah Song through another scoreless rehab assignment. I believe it was with Salem this time. So continuing the progression up to AA for him. Noah Song updates will continue throughout the summer.
I like that. Love Noah Song. Coley, did you have a final thought, or that was your final thought, the Blaze thing?
No, that wasn't my final thought. I'm shocked T didn't have anything about David Salem making it out of the 4th successfully for the first time in decades.
He's a reliever in my brain. I've moved on.
He for sure is, but like get him up here too. You know what I mean? Like
I agree, 100%.
Just get him up. He doesn't need more. Like just get him up here. Let him throw an inning or two every now.
He'd be one of our best single inning relievers. I guarantee by like July.
For sure.
Stuff is that ridiculous. I don't need to see it decrease 3 miles per hour in the same start anymore.
Just a repeat of what I said last week, and that's I need conviction from the people running the show, and they still haven't really shown it. DFA people, I don't care how much money they make the team better in realistic ways. I know I come on here talking about trading Duran to the Padres. Like that's like a 0.1% chance of happening. I realize that when I say it. It's just what I would do. I know they're not going to do that. You can get rid of people here. Set a standard that people have failed to meet for years, for 1 year. I don't really care how long they've been here. I don't care how much they make. Hold some sort of standard because it's different guy to guy. You ask too much of the young guys. You don't even talk to your highest paid, longest tenured players in the offseason when you're about to sign people who play his position. Figure out a standard because as of now, there isn't one across the board. And that's why the team continues to be the most 500 team there ever was or will be.
They got to do something. I know they're calling up Meyer. Like, I don't even give them credit for calling up Meyer.
No,
like, when I said
it was depth.
Yeah, it's like, hey, like do something drastic to shake it up and show some urgency. They don't get credit for calling up Meyer. They had to do it because of the Bregman injury. Like if they had called up Meyer while Bregman was still up here, or like they called up Roman and tried to like move some shit around, it's like, yeah, like that's showing some urgency and rewarding the fans that still give a fuck about the 2025 Boston Red Sox. Because trust me, As we get into June and approach the halfway point, which is crazy to me that we're already kind of like talking about that as I believe yesterday was the 1/3 marker for this team. You're going to start to see interest wane drastically the longer you go and things stay 500 and Roman Anthony's not here.
Training camp is coming.
Yeah.
And people will give much more of a fuck about that than a 500 July Red Sox team with no Bregman.
Yep, that's correct. All right. We'll be back Wednesday night, Thursday morning for you guys listening and watching at home. We appreciate you guys watching and listening, and be sure to subscribe on YouTube so that get that subscriber base up. We get a lot more content coming your way as the hope is that we're going to be splitting up the channels, so that there's a Section 10 channel and a Baseball is Dead channel. And if there is just a Section 10 channel, that means that we're going to be doing our best to provide even more content, Section 10 related content for you guys outside of just the podcast that would be going up there. So we're going to be making more just in the field Section 10 content. So excited for that. All right. Hey, Cakes takes.
Just get ready for a decade of cake, fellas, because I don't see this team sweeping anyone for at least 10 years.
Please save us from cake.
Cake forever.
Ba-doop, doop, doop.
Buenas noches, amigos.